Hello and welcome to another live stream. Not sure if you guys can hear and see me yet. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully you guys can. Yeah, it looks like we're okay. We're on the line. We're on the line, like in that movie. Was it The Internship? Great movie. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us on a little bit early just to make sure things are working. What time is it? 22:58. Got my light in the way. Hey Empire, how's it going? Thanks for joining us again. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of these live streams. I've really missed it, and I want to get back to doing these regularly. So, yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump on tonight and get going again, get some sourcing going, and just hang out with you guys. Hey, Threequabel, how's it going? Is that right, wait, sir? Equabel, yeah, not three. Ekbal. Thanks for joining us. Yes, I am still in Dubai at the moment. I am here until the 27th of May, then I'm coming back. So, hey, Ice, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm terrible at pronouncing names, to be honest. Yeah, here until the 27th, and then I'm back. And I've decided I'm not moving to Dubai this year. So, back in the UK and back to work again and things like that. So, I'm kind of looking forward to going back there, to be honest. It's getting really warm here. I went out for a walk today at like 8 p.m. and 8 p.m. Dubai time, and it was still 31 degrees, and it was just too hot. So I went out there for like 25, 30 minutes, and I was basically done. It's too hot. So yeah, if you want to go for a walk, you need to go like really late or really early. So hey, Ali, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you coming on. Hey, G Game, thanks for joining us. How's it going? Cool, we've got the chat going, which is awesome. We're going to be doing some Qogita sourcing today. So we'll get going on that in a second. Hey, Vineco, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so it's awesome to get some people on and watching. Hey, Built to Graphs. Hey, Wes, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Feel free to throw your socials out there if you want, Wes. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. We've got 13 viewers so far. That's awesome. So yeah, going to be doing some Qogita sourcing. I'm hoping there's going to be some good deals. And I don't know if I've the lighting. I've definitely got a tan, by the way. I've caught the sun, which is quite nice, but I'm looking a little bit red actually. Need to sort my lighting out. But how is everyone doing anyway? How is Amazon going for everyone? Let's not talk about the ungating. But how is Amazon going apart from ungating? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty well. MTT, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. I think invoice for ungating is the issue for us noobs. Now, I am struggling with ungating as well. It takes me 10 or 20 tries as well. So, yeah, is the chat too big? I don't know. Let's have a look. Chat box. Maybe a little bit big. Let's put it down here. Yeah, ungating's a hassle for everyone. Yeah, honestly, yeah. They're being really strict right now. So, yeah. It's been a real pain. But you know what? If it puts people off, then it's better for us in a way. So those that are willing to persist and work harder and stick at it are going to be the ones that succeed. So it used to be really easy to ungate, and now it's getting harder again. So it's all good. So are my sales back up to standard since your break in Q1? They are picking up, to be fair. They slowed down a little bit at the beginning of this month, I think it was. But they are picking up again now. But I need to kind of stay on top of it with the repricing, things like that. I noticed I had some minimums, and some of the stuff had dropped below the minimums, and I was like deciding whether I want to sell them out quickly or just hold for the price to come back. So I've been going through a lot of those, and but yeah, I'm making like 100 a day right now, so which is actually terrible considering how much money I've got in Amazon. I've got about £126,000 in Amazon right now. But yeah, it's going to all come in when the prices come in, right? I'm going to make a fortune. So I'm just waiting now. I'm in that kind of like pain period now where I've got to wait for all the brickers to sell out on a lot of my listings. And then when they all sell out, my price is going to come in, and then that's when I'm going to make my money. So yeah, there's like a delay period. Hey Bert, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we haven't spoken in a while actually. Hope everything's going well with you and Amazon's going well. Cool, we've got 22 viewers. That's pretty awesome. So I guess we can get. What time is it? I don't know why I've covered up my my clock here. So yeah, I've got my light up. So yeah, it's going to be. So Empire's saying you've been doing mostly Qogita or OA these days. Oh, so I have been doing A to A. I did Qogita up until maybe, what day is? Well, I don't know. I've covered up my date and thinking about middle of last month, late last month. I was doing Qogita. There was like a real slow period of like 1 or 2 weeks where there weren't that many deals. I then started doing a bit of A to A as well, just kind of fill in the slow period, and then A to A was like lit. And then the past week and a half, I've been doing no sourcing. I've been working on my Chrome extension, which I may reveal today, potentially. We can talk about that if you want. I wasn't planning on revealing it, but yeah, we can do as well. I've been coding a Chrome extension, which is going to be really useful for Qogita and also OA sourcing. So if you guys want to have a sneak peek of that, we can do that. And it's not quite ready to release that. I just need to do the final polishing things on it, but we can have a look at that if you guys are interested. So it's actually going to really help people for OA. Like, it's a really killer tool, and it's going to be really cheap as well. So yeah, it's the first thing I'm going to charge for. But yeah, recently, yeah. So we got some. Yeah, Pete's known me got a few years now. Yeah, back when I had a bald head. Now, as I'm approaching 40. I never thought this would happen, but a few things have come into my mind of certain priorities in life, but also things like just having hair. So I thought I'd better take advantage of having hair while I've got it and, grow it out. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It looks good, I think. So although you can definitely see a slightly receding hairline. So yeah, but anyway, so it's all right. Yeah, it's annoying having hair in a way though. Let's have what else is going on. So what's in the works? Yeah, I can share it with you when we're doing some sourcing actually. So if you want. Yes, it has, Bert. You've noticed that, have you? Yes. So I've got a bunch of software I want to do, like some really killer software. But this one's the most basic and simple one, but also one of the more effective ones as well. So we'll see. But anyway, don't want to talk about too much about that. I'm not trying to plug my software and stuff. But yeah, I want to do some Qogita sourcing. But thanks, mate. Appreciate it, Pete. Thank you. So I think it's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. So cool. Should we get some sourcing going? And we can just chat while we're doing sourcing as well. Keep questions coming and comments. It's all good. So hopefully this will work okay. And I'll move this over here. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Just need to. Hopefully you guys can still see me okay. It all looks good. So. Hey, Thomas, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Thomas has definitely been feeling the pain on the ungating as well. But yeah, I'm good though, mate. I'm good. I'll be honest, the Dubai lifestyle definitely suits me. But yeah, not quite ready to move here just yet. But yeah, I'm really good, mate. So I've missed these sessions, actually, these live sessions, and I really want to get back to them as well. So yeah, I'm going to be doing way more of these. I really do enjoy them. Let me just put Do Not Disturb on, actually, so we don't get disturbed. Not that I think anyone's going to be calling me or do anything at 10 p.m., but you never know. Thank you, appreciate it. Well, you've been chatting to me in the Discord group, Thomas, so it's all good. But yeah, I do. So Ekbar saying, when we getting day in the life vlogs? Yeah, I mean, I literally went out on. Let me go back to just normal talking. I literally went out to go and film a vlog. I think it was last weekend, and I was outside for like 5 minutes, and I was drenched in sweat. It was so hot that I cannot go out when there's sunlight without getting drenched in sweat. So I have to film it inside, and I was like, oh, I kind of like going outside. So let me just move this over so I'm not looking over there. But guys, I've bought a new car. It's being delivered soon to my parents' house, so I'll have a car when I get back. And then driving vlogs will be back. So maybe I'll even film one when I drive back from my parents' house to once I've landed. So we can, maybe get that going. So, yeah. Pete, no, not many nights out in Dubai, mate. I think I've been like 1 or 2 nights out. Mate, I'm nearly 40. I don't do nights out anymore. I'm in bed by 9 p.m., So today's a bit of an anomaly. Yeah, I'm too old for that now. So, right, let's get some sourcing going and we can keep the chat going. Cool, right, so I've got some scans here that I've done. Hope you guys can see these okay. Let's see what we've got going on here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So what I've done here, as you probably saw in the preview, I signed up to Qogita, obviously, and you guys want to check out Qogita, by the way. All the links and descriptions is in the description. You got all discount codes in there. You can get 120% off Qogita. You can get 25% off Qogita price drops, which is the thing that tracks all the price drops on Qogita and then spits out as a CSV. And this is RB Source, which again you can get 30% off your first month. Links and codes are all in the description. Anyway, let's have a look here. So, what do I do now when it comes to sourcing on Qogita? Qogita has definitely gotten more popular now, as you've probably noticed. So the big thing, and by the way, I have the aircon right now. I hope you can't hear it. The big thing I'm doing now is a slight change to how I source Qogita. So let's just try and keep it really broad now, and we'll go from here. Basically, I'm looking for like £1 profit. I'm looking at, let's say right now, 15% ROI. Okay, these are really low criteria, to be fair. But we're just going to work with this for now. And then what I'm doing is I want to match confidence. I think we're okay. Exclusions. Yeah, we'll leave that like that. Apply filters. So it's a really broad search here. But I'm going to order by confirmed monthly sales. So I want to sort from the fastest selling ones to the lowest selling ones. I'm going to get rid of right now, because there's a whole other search here, the results of that buy box. But yeah, what I'm looking for now is fast selling items. I want things that sell really quick. And actually, the first result is going to be a good example. Actually, of how my Chrome extension could be quite useful. So Echo was saying you need that boat. Yeah, so I'd love to get a boat at some point, to be fair. Okay, cool. You can't hear the background noise. So, first, this is not planned, by the way. This is something that actually bugs me about Qogita, and they really need to fix this. And that is the fact that, well, actually, no. To be fair, it's not Qogita's fault. Actually, here it's a bit of a mismatch on Arbisource, but to be fair, they can't get it all right. Arbisource does some amazing things of like matching up images and stuff like that. So it's matched this image here to what do I think of your deal, Thomas? I think it was sick. I think there was some killer deals on. Honestly, Qogita is a gold mine. It's just you do have to dig a little bit deeper these days to get the gold, but the deals are still there, which is why I still love this platform. And you go through these like phases of finding nothing for a little while, and then you'll find something amazing. And actually, there's been some killer deals in the past like week or two, absolutely insane deals. So I wasn't going to show it, right, but I will. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly do this so you can have a sneak peek of my extension while I activate it. So the extension does multiple things, but one of the things it does do is on Qogita, if I refresh this page, it adds this button that you've never seen before called Check GTIN, okay, which is pretty cool. So rather than having to go to like EAN search or ScanBot, which needs to be added in still, you can just click this button and then it checks it for you. So that's one cool little feature that this Chrome extension does. Just like one of the very small things, basically. So you can then just double check and make sure that this is like the correct item, essentially. So if you like see a 6-pack here, you can click there and you go, okay, it's like a 1-pack, 50 ml. So yeah, that's one small thing, basically, that'll make life easier. If I go to like Hugo Boss, this is a brand that's restricted, by the way. You'll notice it's got this little restricted icon up here, so it tells you what brands are restricted. But anyway, this is like a very sneak peek preview. Yeah, so and again, you can check it on GTIN and stuff like that. So anyway, that was the very brief sneak preview of what some of the Chrome extension does, but it does more than this, but this is like a brief little thing. So yeah. If you guys, yeah, it's not quite ready yet, but it's getting close. Cool. So anyway, so what I'm doing here is with Qogita is I'm sorting by confirmed monthly sales. So I want fast-selling items that I can get in, get out quickly, essentially. So Empire, it means all right now, but I might separate it out in the future. It's just the Chrome extension is like an MVP, minimum viable product. So I don't have all that stuff right now, but at some point I will have like an IP flag. I'll have like a hard gated flag and maybe a parallel import flag, but that's not in the sort of phase 1. It's just going to be restricted in some regard. So yeah, Mohammed, good question. I'm going off the GTIN. So it's just that it checks that GTIN because all that matters, if we go back to it quickly, all that matters on Qogita is the GTIN. The title means nothing. The picture means nothing. Description means nothing. All that matters is GTIN. So it's doing this search essentially. And I'm going to add in more places that you can do this because when I do searching on Qogita, I check the EAN on EAN search, but I also use ScanBot. So once I figured out ScanBot, I'll put that in as well. So it'll do 2 searches. Do you guys want to see the rest of it? Probably shouldn't give it all away, but oh dear, I don't know. Let's have a look. We could do, I suppose. If I go to like John Lewis, very briefly, and then yeah. So the other thing it does as well, this is the main thing it does, although there's going to be more as well in the future. If you go to a site like John Lewis, for example, so it's called OA Hero, by the way, so it's oahero.com. If you click on this, it shows you a bunch of information on the website. So when you're on like John Lewis, for example, it tells you, I don't know if you guys can see, oh, you cannot see the extension. Oh, that's really annoying. You can't see it. You can't see it pop up. Let me think I'm going to do this. Okay, well, maybe you can't see it for now. I'll think about how we can solve this. Oh, that's really annoying. How can I do that? Yeah, it doesn't show extensions. Oh, well. I'll have to save it for another time. Yeah, it's difficult, though, to share the entire screen. Give me a second. I suppose I could do. This is meant to be a Qogita sourcing session. So GTIN is because essentially, Luke, if you run into any issues, Qogita say the only thing that matters is the barcode. The GTIN is the only thing that matters. So, yeah, that's why basically. Let me figure out how to do this. Window capture. How could I do this? Oh, we might just have to skip it for another time. We may have to skip it for another time. Anyway, it doesn't make for good streaming this. Does this desktop work? Just the entire desktop? No, I see I've broken it now. Oh, well, we'll have to save it for another time. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It's oahero.com. It's not ready yet, but if you want to go and buy it, go for it. Right, anyway, let's do some sourcing. I'm really annoyed that's not showing up. Oh, well, it is what it is. But yeah, you get a sneak preview here. I've got a bunch of other ideas for it as well. So let's have a look here. Pavely's asking, and thanks for joining us, by the way. Have you ever ordered something before from Qogita which you were ungated but then received the goods? Amazon now requires transparency to cover that listing. I have not run into that issue where it's like been in that transition period, but yes, it could happen, I suppose. So again, this is where my extension is going to come in because I'm going to tell you when it's transparency. Well, that's one of the plans anyway. So we keep a list of all the transparency brands so you know to avoid them. But yes, sometimes you might run into an issue where it's just gone transparency and you're stuck in that transition phase, which kind of sucks. I wasn't actually planning on talking about this yet, but there we go. Sure, that's the link, I think. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, it's not ready yet anyway. Let's do some Qogita anyway. Right, so I've sorted by confirm monthly sales. This one here is a mismatch. It's a 6-pack on Amazon. It's a 1-pack on Qogita. So again, why the GTN matters and not the image is because if this used to be an image of 6-pack, but the GTN only matches a 1-pack, as you can see here, it says stick 50ml. So that is why, and I think the title used to have a 6-pack as well. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the GTIN. And yeah, that says 50ml, it's a 1-pack. Cool, right. So this one here is another one as well, where on Amazon it's a 2-pack. On Qogita it's a 1-pack. It used to be a 2-pack as well, I think. So they fixed this one now as well. So 'cause I think one of my community members was going to buy this one, and I fortunately stopped them before it came up. So, and they bought it. So yeah, with this one here, we don't need to buy. Cool, right. So it's a 2-pack to a 1-pack. So it's not profitable. Okay, Hillsporin. I think this is a restricted brand. Let's find something that looks interesting. So again, what I'm looking at here is the confirmed monthly sales. So we've got 400 sales per month on this one. I'm looking at like 100 sales per month or more, really. That's what I'm kind of looking for right now. And this scan, by the way, is like just three hours worth of products. So what sort of things look out for when checking for potential IP complaints? Sometimes Buybot go, it all looks legit, but then you get hit with a complaint. So there's various things you can look at. If you go to my Discord server, type in, we've got a thing basically which gives you a whole list of things to look for when it comes to finding products that are IP complaint. Biggest one is going to be, let me find, of course I don't have a brand here because we restrict them. We don't have them in this list. Is like a sudden drop in sellers. That's going to be one thing. So guys, can you remind me what it is now? Let me have a look. Let me check my Discord community. Because I've got a whole like list. Essentially, IP is, red flags, sudden sharp drop in sellers. Is the brand on the listing themselves? That's another big one as well. Those are the two red flags. And then sort of yellow flags that may or may not mean that it's bad is if the listing is sponsored. And then if it's got like a low seller count, although I don't really look at the low seller count as one, but it can sometimes be an indicator. So those are kind of the, I don't know, they're indicators, I suppose. So Rufus saying, am I on the premium Qogita or something? I'm yet to find something good each time I tried. Well, it just takes practice, essentially. But no, there's no premium Qogita. I don't get anything more than you guys do when it comes to Qogita. So, right. So let's have a look anyway. So let me scroll back up here. This one's kind of interesting, although we'll have a look here. So £1.40 profit, 35% ROI. Price looks pretty stable. It looks suspiciously stable. So we'll have to check this one out. And let's see. So I'm not very familiar with this brand. I've never seen this brand before. So right now the price is 4.05. That's the price on... It's been a while since I've actually sourced it, actually. God. Oh, it's out of stock. Interesting. Okay. Someone bought it. So 4.05, yeah. And let's have a look here. So let's evaluate this product. So I like the fact that it's 400 sales per month. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. So yeah, I'm loving the fact it's 400 per month. That's good. Am I in the way? Should I move myself? I think I'm okay. Let me zoom out slightly. Here we go, perfect. It's a very stable price, which is good. It's only ever had one seller though, with occasionally like this two seller here. So let's just double scroll down here, have a look. VS Trade Solutions. This brand might be IP. This is like an indicator, I guess, where I'm a bit suspicious it could be IP, but there's actually no massive indicators here, apart from the low seller counts, but it's not necessarily guaranteed. So what we could do is we could open up like 5 or 10 listings of this particular brand and then see if there's any other like solid indicators. So but it's not for this. Obviously is sold out. So yeah. How would you know if a product's sponsored? Let's go and search. I don't know, PS5 for example. If I go to here, Google, you can see here it says sponsored. So that's how you know, basically, sponsored. So let's take a brand. What's a good brand that's normally sponsored? I don't know. I can't think of anything now. A brand that's like KS8. Is that one? Is it K8 or K8 or something? K18. What's that brand called? K18. That's it, yeah. So here's okay, this one isn't sponsored, okay. Yeah. Anyway, of course, when I need to come up with an example, I can't think of one, So anyway, that's how you find out, basically, if it's sponsored. You go and search it, essentially. So, okay, Ismail's not found a single item worth selling. Maybe you're being too strict on your requirements. I don't know. So far, we haven't found anything. Like this Milva one was potential, an interesting one, but it's sold out now, so I don't have to do more research on that before I buy it. So here we go. We've got a this looks ridiculous. £15 profit. Let's have a look at this one though. Macadamia natural oil. It's £13.50 on Qogita. So okay. So 11 times 1.2 is that? Yeah, that's 13 something, isn't it? 13.50. But we can do that here. times 1.2, 1320, sorry. So you can do the math, by the way, there. There's no buy box because this price looks way too high. So let's just have a look at this listing, though, and see if it's profitable. So we can see there's like a massive price spike here, which is why there's no buy box. But the buy box has been around 24 to 21. So if we put like 22 in, we can see it's like a pound profit. Not very good. I mean, there has been a buy box here around 24, but this is a listing that's kind of interesting. It's got good sales per month, actually. It's got 300 SPM. Kind of interesting. It's probably not worth it because the buy box is only really given around £20. There has been this little glimmer of hope where the buy box was 24.77, but not for very long. It's a bit too much of a risk, really, to buy it, hoping when they're going to get this like tiny slice of buy box. So for this one here, if I could find it somewhere else and maybe buy like 5 units, I probably would. Like Notino's doing it for 15. Well, that really does hurt the profit, though. Yeah, it's a difficult one, really, because it's minimum value of... So this is one of the ones where it's like, I'd love to test this listing with like 5 or 10 units, but unfortunately we have to buy a certain number. You know, we'd have to buy about, to be fair, 20, 25 units, so I don't know. Well, we had like a massive drop-off of sellers. Oh, not sellers. God. I see a blue graph, right? And I just think sellers, but there's viewers. I'm looking at the viewer chart for this stream, and there's a big drop-off, like an IP complaint on the viewer count. That just shows you how ingrained I am for Amazon. But yeah. Let me just catch up with the chat quickly. I don't think it was good, Richard. Brand new skipped a good one. Yeah, it might have been, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us, by the way, Zara. So I'm missing some of the chat here. I'm looking 100 sales per month and 30 ROI. I think our 30 ROI is probably a little bit too high for wholesale, to be fair. I think 20% is probably what you're looking at. 30% is more for OA. In my experience, Qogita now is probably around 20%. But on the flip side, you can buy more of them and you're looking for faster selling units. So you are downgrading the ROI, but you're upgrading the SPM. And you're upgrading the number of units you can get. So actually the amount of money you can make on that listing per month might be higher than a 30% ROI unit where you can only get 5 units and it sells way less. So yeah, you got to fact. So when I'm like, people ask me like, what's your sourcing requirements? And they want like an answer, like a single answer of like 30% ROI. But for me, what I look at is how much can I make on that listing per month? So if the sales are 1,000 per month and there's 9 other sellers on there and I come on as the 10th seller, that means we're going to get like an equal, it doesn't quite work there, but essentially we've got 1,000 sales divided by 10 gives us 100 sales each. And then if I'm making £1 profit per unit, then I'm going to make £100 profit on that listing. So that's the way I look at it. And my minimum requirement for me is around £50. Yours would be a little bit less. So I look, how much can I make on that listing per month? And for me, it's around £50. There's a mosquito there. I need to swap that in a minute. Go away, mosquito. Oh, I just fell in my drink. Yeah, so that's what I look at, basically. So, I'm not, yeah, that's kind of like what I'm looking at when it comes to these sourcing requirements. And obviously, the lower ROI you get, the kind of less... margin of error you have essentially when it comes to sourcing. So you need to be obviously the lower the ROI is, the more stability you need in your pricing, and the stability and the resilience of the pricing comes from a higher sales per month, if that makes sense. So the faster it sells, generally the more resilient the price is. So yeah, hopefully that's good, some good knowledge for you there. Do you analyze Qogita products on Arbisource or Buybot Go wholesale features? I'm using Arbisource right now, yeah. So I personally use Arbisource. Mogul getting IP on his streams. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm using Arbisource. You can use, look, it doesn't matter what you use. This is just the one that I like and I can recommend. But the Buybot Pro search thing is good as well. There's other ones as well. So, but I just like this one. It's the one I'm used to. And once I get kind of set in my ways, I kind of just stick to the same things, sometimes to my detriment. But anyway, let's do some sourcing anyway here. Let's carry on sourcing. This one here, I think it's just too risky to go in for. We're going to leave this one. My goal, by the way, is to try and find a deal for you guys. So, again, let's look at this one here. Like, this is, £1.27 profit, not a huge amount of profit to be fair. 200 SPM. I mean, notice actually we're not even halfway down the page and we're not getting some great offers here. So I've got some other scans from earlier in the day we can use, but let's have a look here. So this one here is £5.70. So we'll put that in. £1.28 profit, 200 SPM. So next thing I'm looking at now, immediately I'm seeing here, which is kind of like not a red flag, but just like this like makes this listing a little bit less good, is that Amazon's on it. So I'm like, oh, okay, Amazon's on it, great. And then what I'm going to do now is look at the price stability. Excuse me. And we can see here that this price, not the most stable, but it's not like terribly far off. It's been down to like 775 and as high as like, well, where we are now. So it's a little bit peaky right now. And this is because there's not that many sellers on it. So when there's sellers on, it does drop down a bit. So if we go to the year now, we can see it normally lives around £9. So £9 is kind of like where we'd expect this to be. So probably not enough profit in this one. Now, interestingly, this is going to be a great example of a listing where you can sometimes find opportunity and good knowledge. You see I've got the price of, let's put £10 in, okay? Oops. We've got a price of £10 here. Hopefully this works on this listing. It should do because it's small. So we've got a small product here, and I can't tell the exact requirements, but this is like the new small and light program, essentially. But yeah, if a price is £10 or less for these small items, you get like reduced fees. Now look what happens when I change this to £10 and a penny. We go from £1.28 profit to 19p profit. So we've lost like £1 because we put the price up by a penny because it's gone over £10. So this product should never live above £10 or below like 12. Is it £12 probably where we're at? Yeah, £12. So you need to get to like £12 to get back to the point where we're making money on this one. So just to show you there, it's £10, you're making £1.28. You make it £10 and a penny, you're down to £1.19. So you're losing like £1.09 profit there. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Basically, kind of interesting. So sometimes you can find opportunities where people don't come around very often, but like it might be priced like 11 on a listing like this, and you can come in, lower the price, which should improve sales, but then also boost your profit. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, £10 you make £1.28, £11 you make 87p. So yeah, interesting. Cool, right, so that one was no good, unfortunately, just because the price stability was a bit, and it mostly lived around £9 with no profit. Right. I swear this brand is restricted. Remind me, guys, is this brand restricted? I'm pretty sure it is. So many brands, it's hard to keep track. So this is why I want to get my extension going, so you can, keep track of what brands are restricted and things like that. So it's hard to keep track of them all. There's been times actually I've not bought a brand because I was like, for some reason in my head I was thinking this is restricted, and turns out it just wasn't. What was that? What was the most recent brand on that one? I can't remember. There was a brand recently where I was like, I'm sure this is restricted, and everyone was selling it and making profit on it. So Empire's saying, do you tend to hold on to products that have brick? Lots of Qogita products brick real hard, especially if they post in groups after you've bought them. So one thing I'm looking at when I'm sourcing, let's take an example. When I'm looking on Qogita is, let's take this one for example, okay? Let's say this one looks profitable. It's £13.10. Apparently, I've seen that 13 thing, but let's say it's £13.10. Yeah, it could be that, Thomas. It happens all the time, to be honest. It's impossible to remember them all. Right, so let's say we're looking at this one, okay? I'm like, this looks good. I'm happy with this all. I'm going to buy this one, right? There's one final little check that I do to decide whether I'm going to buy this or not. And that is how much stock is on Qogita. So for this one here, being there's only like 63 stock, I would happily buy this. But if there was like 6,000 stock, I would suddenly probably not buy it. So that's another thing I'm looking at, is just seeing how much stock is available. And if there's a ridiculous amount of stock, like say 6,000, and then everyone's going to jump on this and it sells 200 per month, then that's going to take a long time. And I can't do the math in my head. It's years for that to come back and the price to come back. So, yeah, there's a good example, I suppose. So, I mean, 2,400 stock is like I can't even do the math now. I'm tired. To be fair, it is 11:39. But yeah, it's a lot of stock basically. So yeah, sure, Thomas, you got to be careful, but sometimes you can kind of make a judgment call on it. You can't always know the full extent of it, but yeah, you do need to be careful though. It's kind of an interesting one. You can't always know for certain, but yeah, you can kind of, I don't know. You can kind of look at, yeah. There's no real way to be 100% sure, but if I see it, then I don't buy it essentially, and then if I don't see it, well, I kind of just have to take that chance. So I don't get burned too often, but every now and then I do. And yeah, I don't mind holding stock, to be fair, but maybe, I've got a bit more money maybe and a bit more patient. But yeah, I just let everyone else sell out, and because I'm buying fast-selling items, then it's normally okay. Yeah, Thomas, you don't know, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the last 63. Yeah, sometimes they restock after you've got them as well. Yeah, it can happen, to be fair. It can happen. So I'm not going to lie. But this is why we're kind of looking for price drops, because oftentimes price drops, especially if they're significant, are kind of temporary, hence why Qogita price drops. So we're not looking for like the regular ones or like even the small drops. We're looking for those bigger drops. So yeah, the sort of special promos, and sometimes they drop to that price for a long time. Other times that literally you snap up the stock and it never comes back ever again. So cool, right? And again, just being on the site a lot, you just learn. I don't know if something looks suspicious or not. So this brand here, anyway. Let's evaluate this. So it's £3 profit, 23% ROI. Price is all over the place. $24.99 right now, which is like ridiculously high. But it has been this price in the past. It's also been as low as $8. So kind of interesting. I hate buying products that are more expensive than they've been on Amazon. But we are coming in. I was saying that September last year. Okay. I mean, I was going to say we're coming into summer here, where this stuff might become. Yeah, I assume it was self tanning. This stuff becomes like more popular, but yeah. I mean, basically, I just wouldn't buy this because it's too unstable. And like we're buying at a peak here, which you don't want to buy at a price peak. So we'll pass on this one. What's the highest feedback I've seen on another seller? I don't know, 20,000, something like that, probably. Yeah, it could be. I don't know, a lot. So Thomas saying my Latifah was only 500. Nice, exactly. Like you can get some really good deals sometimes, and yeah, and sometimes the price is so good that they're not going to be restocking it, and if they do, you're going to buy it all again. So sometimes you just get those deals, and that's the beauty of the Qogita price drops. Not just running the whole catalog through. We're looking for the price drops. It's the same as buying from like when you buy from OA or whatever. We're all buying stuff on sale essentially. Right, cool. Let's have a look. Anyway, Dermacol. I mean, this is probably getting to the limits of what I'd buy in terms of profit. However, if this was like a 2,000 per month sales, I'd be on it. But for 200. And again, I'm looking for how much can I make per listing per month. For me, it's £50. Maybe you guys, it's £20, £15, something like that. So I need to get rid of Cooper here. Right, so let's have a look here. So this one here, £7.38, 200 SPM. We've got a price of $13.49. Looks pretty stay. We've only got a year and then 3,200 days. Weird. Strange. Oh, and of course, another big thing here we've seen here now. Sold by Dermacol. So this brand is restricted. Let me make a note on that, actually. And, yeah. Restricted brand Dermacol. Cool. So yeah, here's a good example. We know this is going to be IP or very likely IP because Dermacol are selling it themselves, and it's a Dermacol product. So if we look at the history, we can probably see there have been sellers in the past actually, but somewhat dropped there, not really. But yeah, I'm not sure how much they're fighting this, but probably are. So yeah. Anyway, definitely one to avoid, not worth the risk. So hey Grinch, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you coming on, mate. So we've got 37 viewers actually. So there's obviously some pent up demand for the live stream. So yeah, we've been talking about Qogita sourcing. We've been talking about sourcing requirements. We've been talking about what else we talked about? I don't know. Dubai a little bit, I suppose. Chrome extensions, things like that. So yeah. Cool. Yankee Candle's always a nice one. Very nice. Is this still for sale? I mean, the scans I'm doing are like 3 hours old, so okay, this could be interesting. I'm getting excited. 10 is a large jar as well. I know a little bit about this brand. So again, little sneak peek on this particular my Chrome extension, by the way. You can see I've got the nice blue button here. You can click on this and get that EAN search. So Yankee Candle, Coconut Splash, large jar, matches up, which is good. So we know this is matching up to the product. Let's have a look here. We've got a price of, so 10.56 times 1.2 equals, so £12.67 cost, £2.63 profit, 200 SPM. And yeah, these normally sell around the £24 mark. So they do go down to sort of £20. So if we put like £20 in, our worst case scenario is like losing 40p, not ideal, but it kind of goes up and down. And then our best case scenario is like 25. So we're making like 3 or 24, 45. We're making like £2.50, £3. And it's a pretty good seller. It sells up to 400 per month sometimes the year, 200 right now. Is it better at Christmas? I mean, at Christmas it goes up to like 500, 600. But yeah, it looks pretty good to me, this one. So price is stable. It goes up and down. So yeah, kind of interesting. This one looks pretty good to me. I'm surprised this one's still here. But yeah. Interesting. Yeah, if you see, so Ekwar saying, if you see one ASIN of a brand that's clear IP, do you avoid the entire brand? Yes, pretty much do. I'm sure I am missing on a few listings here and there, but yes, I generally do. Since I've seen some that only have one IP, rest seem good. Potentially, yeah, what brand was it? There is a brand like that where some listings are and some listings aren't. I can't remember what it is now. But yeah, I guess I have in some cases sold those kind of brands. I'm trying to think what this brand was now. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so I've seen that before, and you can sell on some. What brand was it? I cannot remember anyway. Isn't Yankee IP? No, it's not IP, I don't think. So I think there's been some indicators like 2022, maybe. But no, it's a brand that's fine. So yeah. I sell Yankee Candle. Spoiler. Not this one, though. I don't think. Let's have a look. Who's this? It's not me. I was getting worried there. No, I think in the past there have been Yankee Candle IPs, but no. You can see there's a lot of... yeah, Yankee Candle's fine, to be fair. So... Oops. Yankee Candle... I wonder if it's sponsored. It's sponsored though, to be fair. But no, it's not actually IP. So, yeah, let's just pick a real good one. Let's have a look. So again, if you want to determine something's IP, just open up a bunch of listings, have a look, and see. Let's have a look. Lyrite did IP on one listing. Okay, yeah, it's on SAS. What brand? It's on the tip of my tongue. There's a brand that IPs some and not others, and I cannot remember what brand it is, and it's doing my head in. Cannot remember. And it's a brand that's on Qogita as well. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, ignore SAS. Yeah. So Luke's saying, what does that mean when you see 5 sellers, 6 sellers drop back to 5 multiple times? So what does it mean when you see 5 sellers, 6 sellers drop back to 5 multiple times for the month, IP or no? No, probably, I assume you're meaning when it goes up and down like crazy. Probably means that people just running out of stock, don't have the stock in. That's probably what it means. I know kind of what you mean, I think. And yeah, sometimes it's a little bit confusing, but generally to me it means they're running out of stock. So, Thomas, I'm waiting on this. What are you waiting for? Sorry. Sorry. Your delivery of parcel has been rescheduled based on your shipment instructions for the carrier. Okay, weird. Can you show us use non-Qogita source? Can you show us Arby source non-Qogita sourcing? I can do, I suppose. Well, not in this stream, we're doing Qogita, but maybe another time we can do some. But I normally use RB source in conjunction with newsletter sourcing, so I don't normally just use RB source. But yeah, are you talking about like doing OA sourcing or like just normal sourcing? But yeah, I normally when you've got the price drops, they've got an RB source. Sometimes pretty good. You got the A to A. I'll be honest, I don't use the A to A on here. What else have we got? You've got the just normal scans. The Vault as well, yeah. So if I am sourcing like a site, then I'll like say if I got on John Lewis, for example. I'm not sure John Lewis is on here actually. I think it is. Yeah. Then I'll basically chuck it in here as well. So if I'm manually sourcing John Lewis, I'll throw it onto RB source as well. But yeah, anyway, let's go back to the old Qogita. I need to put the filters back in. But yeah, so we can maybe do that another time, potentially, like just normal OA sourcing. But yeah, this one's, we'll stick to Qogita for now, and then, because that's what the title of the video and stuff is, so if we can actually get back to it. If it's not crashing on me. Oh, come on, what's going on, RB Source? Here we go. Cool, back to £1 profit. What was it, 15% ROI. And actually, let's go to a different scan. Let's actually go to a different one. Let's go to this one here. I'm not sure there's going to be anything on here or not. Or Amazon EU. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean, Empire. What do you mean? Like doing Amazon to Amazon EU? Is that what you mean? You want to see OA sourcing using RB source. I never do just RB source. I'm always using it in conjunction with something else. That's the thing. So maybe I'm missing a trick. I don't know. But yeah, I always use it as a tool with supplementing me. Yeah, because it doesn't catch everything. It's good, but it's not perfect. So like when I was searching Ryman's, for example, there was a really good sale on that. I whacked into RB source and I found a killer lead manually, but it didn't show up on RB source. So yeah, so it doesn't always catch everything, and it can't. It's really good software. Don't get me wrong, like really good, but it's not perfect. So yeah, interesting. We've got a few Yankees and a few Woodwicks here, so which is the same brand. But yeah, we can definitely do some other sourcing though. To be fair, at some point, let's just do 15% ROI for now. Let's get rid of the buy box. I have been playing around with like getting rid of all the exclusions as well, just trying to find some extra stuff. But yeah, in general, just get rid of the buy box. Listing without buy box. Confirm monthly sales. Let's have a look at this scan here. So I'm saying, I mean, the keeper sellers going from 5 to 6 over and over. Might be Amazon or EU going out of stock. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. I think I know what you mean on that one. Where it's always up and down like crazy. Yeah. Hey, Argy learner. I was going to say agree learner. Thanks for joining us from the USA. It's awesome to have you on here. We're just doing some sourcing on Qogita. Unfortunately, this is not a site that's available to US consumers just yet. So, although there may be something coming in the future, I can't say any more than that. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. What we're looking here. So this is, I actually need to get my brother to update the old restricted listings. No PP sponsor anymore. I actually kind of forgot to put it on there, but this is a Qogita sourcing video, so yeah, I guess it doesn't really make sense to have it on there. It kind of does. It's good software to be fair, but yeah, I'm out of touch with all my streaming stuff, so not very well optimized here. But this one here, I'm pretty sure this is actually no. Again, I was thinking of another brand here. I was thinking of that. I cannot think of any brands now. There's another brand that often comes up on Qogita that is like a styling one for men, and that one is IP. But this one here, let's have a look. So it's £1.78 cost. Okay. £1 profit. Okay, which is, okay, not very exciting, but it's 3,000 SPM. So what brand is this? It's called Gummy Styling Wax. Okay. It's transparency. So One thing to watch out for is transparency codes, and you almost certainly won't get transparency coded products from Qogita, unfortunately. So this is a good one to definitely watch out for here. And again, I'm going to make a little note for my Chrome extension on this one. TX for transparency, that'll do. Cool. So yeah, hopefully that will come up in the future on the Chrome extension. So it's a shame because this one looks really good, but unfortunately it's transparency. I'm 99% sure this wouldn't come with, but you could always take the gamble and see. If you find out that information, then you could make a lot of money. So any comments on new Qogita update that they keep talking about? Oh, do they keep talking about a new update? What's that, Thomas? The secret one? No? There's something. I don't know what you mean. I've not heard of this. What update is this? What? I've not seen that, to be honest. I've been out of the loop on that one, so kind of interesting. There's some manic something one. No, I'm not sure what you mean about that. So, yeah. Is there any real way to get transparency codes? Yes, buy from Amazon and sell on Amazon. A2A is the only way. Transparency codes are an Amazon initiative for selling on Amazon, which is why products don't have, that are outside of Amazon don't have transparency codes, because it's made for Amazon only. So, and it costs money for every transparency code they produce. It's like a penny or whatever it costs. So, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know of any kind of secret update they keep talking about. Yeah, not sure. Anyway, cool. That one's transparency. It's a real shame, that one. So, oh yeah. So hang on. I totally just we found a good deal. We had this Yankee Candle one. This is a good deal. So, yeah. Let's put this into. Oh yeah, well, I was researching Yankee Candle, wasn't I? Yeah, I got distracted. Looking for IP issues. So you can see here in the past, this one's had like 75 people, and then obviously it was Christmas, so it just sold, 3,000, 4,000 a month until the sales dropped down. So yeah, no problem with Yankee Candle. If we go and find this one again, hopefully we can put it in here. Previously viewed. This one looks pretty good to me. I would probably go for this one. I'd probably buy all the units myself. Oh, interesting. I will have to get in touch with Qogita and find out what that is, Thomas. I totally missed that. I'll have to get in with them right after this. Hopefully it's not just this UI update. Oh, Yankee can always break on you. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you need to be packaged really well, basically. So yeah, that's going to be one small issue because it is a glass thing. These normally do come in their own packaging container, so that should help it. They normally do that. But yeah, does Amazon EU have transparency codes? That's a very good question that I'm not 1,000% sure on, but I'm 90% sure that they will, because I'm pretty sure if you enroll your product into transparency, it should be across all regions. That's a good question. I'm not sure, to be honest, actually, on that one. I actually don't know. You can test it and see. Test it. Could be an interesting one. What do you think of the buy box share? I never look at buy box share. I never look at it. So, yeah, I just don't ever look at. This is a weird one, isn't it? Where it's going up and down. 98, 98, 98, 98. That's a weird one. Why have we got no seller amp on here? Let's just put the price back in. Why is the price gone? Right, so let's have a look at this one then. Just double check this one here. There is no FBA sellers on here, which is really interesting. It's strange. So yeah, here's a good example, right, of why I don't like looking at buy box share. Because you might look at this and go, 100% Amazon, don't sell it, right? But there's been no FBA sellers to compete with Amazon. So how do we know if they're going to share it or not? Right now, it's just FBM sellers and Amazon. And the FBM sellers are higher price. So it doesn't tell you anything, and that's why I don't like looking at this. Okay, now we can look at the longer range, and then if we go to 365, we can see actually there is more share. But yeah, generally I don't like looking at it because you need to have known that there's been other sellers on there and that competitive price for Amazon to like want to share the buy box. So I generally just don't look at this, and I don't get burned very often on this. So sometimes maybe a little bit I have to put the price down a bit, but yeah, generally I don't look at the buy box share. Maybe I'm just being massively naive for the past 3 years on this one, but I never look at it because I just don't find it useful unless there's loads of other sellers on there and they're all at the same price as Amazon, and it's still 100% Amazon. In that case, sure, I'd be worried. But in this case, you might look at that, go 100% Amazon, not going to buy it, but then there's no sellers competing. So, of course, it's 100% Amazon. So, yeah. What happens if they get damage sent from Amazon? Then, yeah, if they get damage from the Amazon warehouse to the customer, you should get a reimbursement. But how much you get reimbursed is obviously now down to like the manufacturing cost. So, yeah. When he went in the live, I don't know. I've not really thought. I'm in pretty casual, to be fair. When I get tired, probably go on for like I don't know, another hour maybe. I'm not sure, so we'll see. Yeah, but you go and eat, mate. And if I'm still here, I'm still here. If I'm not, then I'll see you next time. Do I have a VA? Yes, I have a VA. Well, I've got 2 VAs. I've got a admin VA, and I've got a sourcing VA I share. Do you not think it's useful for smaller sellers? Talking about the buy box percentages for Amazon. Is that what you're talking about, Thomas? Sorry. 50 SPM with fewer sellers seems significantly better than 50 SPM with a few whales. Sure, yeah, potentially. I mean, I'd say the bigger the seller, generally, sometimes the more buy box share they're going to get, and you have to kind of lower the price to get a share of it. That can happen at times. But generally, I don't look at buy box percentages, to be fair. I'd say maybe it's a mistake. I don't know, but I just never look at it. So yeah, I don't know. It could be. I'm not exactly a big seller though, like really, compared to some people. Luke's saying, how often do I go live? Not very often, but I'm trying to build it up more to do it again. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to be doing it at least once or twice a week. So yeah, is FBA only FBM sellers a red flag? It is a slight red flag. I'm not gonna lie. It is slightly, but I've seen the other listings of this brand, and I know it's okay, which makes me feel much more comfortable. So we can go in and look at offers. We can look at new, and then we can go FBA only. And then we can go to like 180 days. It's interesting. This one isn't actually... So it's an interesting one. I have to add this to my Amazon inventory. There's not been any Amazon FBA sales on this listing. So I do wonder if this item is restricted in some way. I'd have to add it to my Amazon inventory to double check. So, I mean, I probably could do that now. Hopefully it won't show up. Let me see. Maybe this is a restricted brand. There's something wrong with this. It seems weird that it's available. Like... It's been on there for like hours and hours. Maybe this one is restricted. No, I can sell it. Strange. Yeah, I don't know. No, man, I'm nowhere near, Thomas. I'm like 100 and something. Don't forget, it's 12 months. It's 12 months. So yeah, I've not got a huge amount of feedback. Anyway, so this is an interesting one. With this one, I probably would take the gamble. It's Yankee Candle. It's always going to do well. But yeah, a bit weird that there's no FBA sales on this one. Anyway. So you can see it's a pretty good price from Qogita. So, yeah. Cool. Anyway, let's move on. Rosalie, this is a IP as well, isn't it, I believe? Yeah, right. Rosalie is the brand on the listing. La Roche-Posay is restricted. This is a good example of a brand that I thought was restricted, but some people can still sell. So, yeah, this was meant to be a restricted brand, but actually people still sell it. And you can see you've got 15 FBA sellers on here, or 15 sellers. So yeah, again, this is where my biases come in, and because I remember this was meant to be hard gated, but never went hard gated. So Arbisource is saying £3.8, but so it's £10.3 buy price, 16.70. Okay, there was like a temporary price spike of 20.90. But a few people have come in and listed it lower, so this is no good, really. You can see the normal price is around £16, £17. So yeah, you do have to work a little bit harder now to find deals on Qogita. I'm not going to lie, but obviously I'm doing this through a live stream, so I'm being really slow. But yeah, you need to be quicker on this kind of stuff. Catch up with the chat. Oh, God, I'm tired, guys. Sorry. Some product with olives on the box. Mine was a brand from La Leak. Mogul, you're looking very trim if you don't mind me saying. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I've been walking a lot. So, yeah, and trying to eat relatively healthy. Although that's kind of gone out the window the past week. But yeah, I've eaten a lot of bad stuff this week. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into shape. Any tips on getting seller reviews? Yes, use Sage Mailer. It doubles your chance. In my experience of getting a review, they're still really hard to get though. But use Sage Mailer and also change the template as well from the default. If you check out my Discord and go to the Sage Mailer thing, not only will you find a link to get a discount, but you'll also find my template there as well. I was actually talking to someone today about it. Was it you, Thomas? I think it was. About the template. So, how fast does your prep center get stuff to Amazon? You know, a couple of days maybe. Depends. Sometimes it's really fast. Other times, a couple of 2 or 3 days. Depends really. Yeah, not too long to be fair. Hey, so hey, Ahmed, how's it going? Thanks, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on and watching. I do appreciate it, mate. So yeah, Jacob's on here from Returnify. Drop blank there. I'm getting tired. Returnify. I thought Spence would be here from Profit Sweep actually, but he said he was going to come on, but he never did. Oh well. And what else is going on? I did that here. Advert went. Oh, you didn't. Oh, sorry, I've got adverts on. My bad. I kind of want them on because YouTube's more likely to push it to new people if it's monetized. It's really stupid, and I don't like it. But yeah. So I wish it would show me actually when the adverts are on. That's kind of weird. Right. So what was your question? Any tips on getting seller reviews? Yeah, sorry for flipping at cars. Yeah, get Sage Mailer. It kind of doubles your chances of getting reviews. If you go to my Discord group, you will find the link for Sage Mailer, which also is an affiliate link. And I think there's a discount code there as well. But more importantly, on that sort of channel for Sage Mailer, you can find the template because you want to change the template to something more personable. You know, stuff like, oh, I'm a small business, help me, blah, blah, blah. You know, give me a review. That kind of stuff really does help boost your chances of getting a review. So, yeah, definitely go onto there, basically. First, you get the affiliate link as well, which I do appreciate, but then just get that template going. But, yeah, it kind of like doubles your chances, I found, generally, to getting a review. Oh, man, I'm getting tired. Sorry, guys. Hopefully I'm not making you yawn as well. So I didn't have that. As a new seller, how long will you say average before you get your first sale? It can happen literally as soon as the stock goes in. It's nothing to do really with you being a new seller, although maybe Amazon do a little bit cautious new sellers. If you've got a good stock at a good price, you'll get a sale, basically. It could happen within the first hour of stock going in, first day. But yeah, within the first week at least, I'd hope. As long as your pricing is competitive and you're selling a popular brand popular item that actually has good sales, yeah, pretty quickly, to be honest. That's the beauty of Amazon. Yeah, Jacob's very busy. Yeah, honestly, it's ridiculous, but it's so hard to get reviews on Amazon. It's insane. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a discount code there on that one. I'm pretty sure there is on the Sage Mailer. But yeah, I can't remember. Let me have a look. It's probably further down somewhere. I wonder if I've got it as like a Sage Mailer. There's like a command on my server. I don't. I need to add that in then. So copy the link. Let me put that link in general chat for you. There you go. And there should be a discount code. Yeah, 20% off for life. There you go. That's not too bad. I've got a few chats going on. Anyway, let me go back to the old the stream. I need to entertain you more, guys, because I see the views dropping off, so I need to dance more. Right, anyway, Rimmel could be a good one as well. Let's have a look here. This one. 1,000 per month, which is nice. See, I got this one on cart already. 326. 326 times 1.2 is 391. 1,000 sales per month. Pretty stable price on this one. It has dipped down a little bit at times, but it normally lives around 9, sometimes 10. It does go a little bit low to like 7. Obviously, that's bad, but it sells 1,000 per month, so it's got some like resilience. It does come back. This one's not a bad one, to be fair. So if you've got especially you've got the discount code, the 120 discount code, this is a killer deal. But yeah, and it's £1.37 profit. It's got little dips. You may, if everyone jumps on, it might drop down. You might have to wait a month or two for it to come back up again. But yeah, it's not a bad one, to be fair. Like £9. You're looking probably about £1 profit. If you use the 120 discount code, you could, it's really nice, to be fair. You could probably make £2 profit on this one. But yeah, not a bad one, really. Weller, definitely seen this one before. I think I'm gated on this one. Stupid Weller one. What happened to La Roche-Posay one? Oh yeah, it was too inflated. There's another La Roche-Posay one here. Let's have a look at this one quickly. 1,000 sales per month, not too bad. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, Weller, yeah. God. It's weird because I'm ungated on Weller, but not on that one. It's really annoying. So, Moguls, how's the OnlyFans going? It's slow, mate. I've been doing OnlyFans now for like 3 months to fund my Dubai lifestyle, and I've got no subscribers. No one wants to watch me. So, I've been pumping out videos every day. And yeah, just no, no. Obviously, I'm joking. I'm sure someone will take that out of context. Get demonetized. So Thomas has been avoiding makeup like that. Hasn't been good for me. Okay, fair enough. I don't know. Normally pretty good. Yeah, there can be some price tanking going on, but as long as it's fast seller, 1,000 sales per month, pretty good. Oh man. It's so low, tiny price change, you seem to crush. Yeah, it's a good one if you've got a code, discount code. It's like a really good first order with your 120 discount code, which you guys should, if you haven't done it already, Qogita, get signed up with the code FBA Mogul, all capitals, or with an existing account. Go to account, promotions, promo code, put the code FBA Mogul, all capitals in. You might have a chance of getting the £120 discount. But yeah. There's Weller and then there's Weller. It's just pathetic, isn't it, really, on Amazon? So, yeah. This is the problem with having hair. It kind of like annoys me. Okay, it's that way. I forget which way my parting goes. My fringe goes. So do you use a checklist before purchasing products to sell? Zara is asking. I think a checklist could be a good one when you're newer. I don't personally have one because it's kind of like in my head already. Like this is what I'm kind of articulating when I'm like going through essentially it's a checklist in my head. So like with this one, let's evaluate this one for example. So £10.36. Let me just put this in here quickly. Times 1.2 to get the price including VAT. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at the sales per month. That's like part of my checklist. Is it a fast seller? Is the brand on the listing? They're not, which is good. I'm looking then at sort of the price stability. Like, is this a price spike at 26.48 or is this a normal price? This one here is kind of interesting. It's been as low as 21.20, so I'm going to put that in and see. I like my worst case scenario to be like break even. Well, worst case scenario. To break even. This one's like £1 profit, so that's not too bad. So if it goes down to 21.20 again, we're still making £1. It's been like 20. This is the 3 month view, by the way. So 26.48. Pretty nice. This looks like a really good deal, by the way. Obviously, it's summer coming, so this SPM on this is going through the roof. And yeah, looking at the history, it's been pretty much around 25, 26, 27. There's been no buy box actually at some point. 1999. That's slightly concerning that last summer, that at 1999, the buy box, you only had a buy box in 1999. And then anything above that looked like it was gone. So that's a slight risk, I suppose. Your worst case scenario then is like break even. So, but yeah, this one looks pretty promising to me, given that SPM as well. Last year, there wasn't much SPM, so yeah, interesting. This one looks really nice. There's only 23 available though, so it's not enough to fulfill the requirements for this particular seller. So you'd have to find some other items in there. But I'll throw that in. It looks all right. No, the Roche-Posay isn't IP. It was meant to go hard gated, but never did. So yeah, SAS got it on there. Yeah, SAS really needs to get rid of this IP bullshit. Honestly, oh, I swore. Sorry, my bad. This BS. I'll have to cut that out somehow. It's just because they don't keep it up to date, so it's literally useless. And it just confuses people. But yeah, this nice. Good little listing, this one. Someone figure this one out and buy it. You need to find a few extra units from the supplier. So what can you do? You get to this particular scenario, and you need more products. So you can go to this supplier, and we can see that they've got a load of products here, 2,500, 3,000 products here, probably 3,000. You can download their catalog by clicking here, and then you can put that catalog into RB-Source, and then you can try and find a few items to get your MOV up, your minimum order value to 300. We're really close. You just need £61. So there's all sorts of stuff in here I'm sure you could find. And yeah, there you go, basically. So that's how you do that. That's a nice little, and obviously another checklist is quite good actually. We need to check as well to make sure that this is the right product as well. So we do the check GTIN, the La Roche-Posay, Anthelios UVN 400, kids 250ml, 50 SPF. Looks like the right product to me. So there we go. So yeah, yeah, cool. Does this look useful to you guys, by the way? This Chrome extension thing. So hopefully it does. I thought it'd be kind of cool, and I want to add the extra ones in as well, and it'll have the restricted brands on there as well. So yeah, interesting. Is Anthelios is the brand? Is that like a parent company of La Roche-Posay? Interesting. Very strange. I don't know. Not sure about that. Anyway. Apart from Qogita, have you dipped yourselves into wholesale? Yes, mate, I've applied for... I've got like 10 or 15 wholesale accounts with all sorts of wholesalers, ones that are meant to be really good, and the prices are terrible. Honestly, they're literally... the margins are so thin, it's insane. We're talking like it's not profitable with a prep center. And I get a really good deal on prep center because I send a lot of items in. And I know the guy who owns the prep center. So I get like a good deal. And even though I can't make money on some of these wholesale. So... I'm not saying wholesale doesn't work. It definitely does. There's people that do it. I haven't seen people able to crack it yet. I've spoken to other people as well who literally had done wholesale and said it's extremely hard and the margins are ridiculously thin because the fees on Amazon are just too high, and if you use a prep center as well, it's just too much. So yeah, I'm not saying you can't do it, but wholesale is definitely not this big answer that everyone thinks it is. Qogita is probably the best way to do it because, again, I'm treating Qogita like OA. I'm buying things on sale, things that are price dropped, not just general items that are just available because they're not profitable and they're just normally available. So yeah. The Roche-Posay is on restricted brand. Yeah, that's my bad, to be fair. I think it was meant to be restricted but never went. So that's one of the ones where I just got it wrong. I probably need to remove that, to be fair. Wait, why can I sell the Roche? Because you can. It went hard. So basically, 3 brands went hard gated, or went hard gated in America: Clinique, La Roche-Posay, and Vichy. They all went hard gated on the same day. Okay, so everyone assumed that they'd do the same in the UK. Vichy, Viche, went hard gated. La Roche-Posay and Clinique didn't. So go figure, basically. Really weird. Well, a massive drop off on sellers on my YouTube channel. Yeah, so real weird one, right? So again, I assumed because I used to sell a load of Vichy that both Clinique and La Roche-Posay had gone hard gated as well, but it turns out it just never did. It was really weird. Or maybe they did it first and they opened up again. It was kind of strange. So, by the way, Mogul, one variation of a brand that was gated just vanished. Was magically ungated. But I never had to press apply. So, so let me catch up. But I never had to press apply. So there was a brand name. I can't. So flipping at cars, it's called OA Hero. It's not really ready to release yet. But if you want to buy it early, go for it. Let me talk about the extension, I guess. I wasn't going to talk about it, but we kind of got started at the beginning talking about it. And then, so it's basically an extension of it it does multiple things. It's got that Qogita, thing. So it will show you'll be able to press the button on the Qogita page, and it will check the GTM for you. I'm also going to add in ScanBot as well if I can. It also does, just very quick, I've covered this for some people already, it's going to have the restricted list on here as well. So it's got this restricted here. And eventually I will separate this out to IP, parallel import, and like transparency, and then hard gated. But for now, it's all just under restricted. So that's to help you stop buying brands that are restricted. So that's just one very small part. And then on over here, it's an extension that when you go to a website like John Lewis, for example, it shows you really useful information like, is it reseller friendly? Do they have a quantity limit when you order? So John Lewis has a quantity limit of 3, but they don't care about you looping orders, so they've got no order limit. So, and you can see here, it got information of like normally limited to 3, but do not care about order numbers. Let me just zoom in so you guys can see this. So you can loop orders. So, and also got some useful information like VAT invoice number. VAT, do they offer VAT invoices? Yes or no? The VAT number and how to get customer service. I'm also going to add in as well at some point in the future exact instructions how to get the VAT invoice, and also if people want it, I'll also include an example VAT invoice from that store if people want that. I don't know. Point of this is basically you find a lead on John Lewis and you go and try and order it. And it's like you can only add 3 to cart, and you don't know how far you can push it. Well, I know John Lewis, despite the fact they've got a 3 order limit, they will literally let you loop 1,000 orders. They don't care. So you can literally use this information to like rinse sites of stocks when you find a really good deal. So this is the power of the extension, is having all this knowledge here. And there's only so much knowledge that I've got and I've added to it. So ideally, people are going to also add their own knowledge to it as well, and we can build up a really good like database of knowledge. So it's got the database info for websites. It's got the Qogita support. I've got some other ideas for Amazon as well, but it's just MVP right now. So that you can see, for example, Boots is on here as an example. Reseller friendly, no. Limits 1 to 6. Order limit pretty much just 1, and then basically they'll ban you eventually. So it tells you how far you can push a site, and sometimes you can push a site to the limits, and other times you've got to hold back a little bit not to get banned or get cancellations. So literally getting this extension you could make the money back on like 1 order. It's got the Qogita thing as well. But yeah, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be £99 a year or lifetime for £200. I think that's the price I'll stick with. But yeah, so you can buy it now if you want. But it's not ready yet, so don't buy it now. Or you can do if you want, but yeah. Anyway, we'll see. Who knows? It might be a hit, might not be. But yeah, so it's basically because everyone asks me, and one thing I forgot to mention, I need to add in. It's also going to tell you whether you can ungate with the invoice from that site. So that'll be like in there as well. Because everyone's asking in my Discord, can I use this site to ungate? Can I how much can I order from this site? Did this site allow big orders? Whatever, basically, that's all available in there. So all that information. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's nearly ready. It works. It's just a few little tweaks here and there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't know. It's a simple but effective software, and it's pretty cheap as well. So let me check the comments and see if anyone's happy with it now. So Thomas, there was a branded that was just brand name and deleted. Now, okay, interesting. What you don't like the sound of that? What's that? Sorry. You end up buying a few K that gets hard gated. Sure, you need to be careful sometimes. I thought the com was becoming hard gated. Yes, it is becoming hard gated. Yes, so you need to be careful of that. But maybe it is. It did get hard gated 100% because I got caught up with it. I bought some, and then they're like, "No, you can't send it in." And then, yeah, but I need to double check that again. So, do you have institutional Espinal in gated list? You can sell that brand. I sell that brand. It's fine. Is this one you have made? This is my extension. Yeah, I made it basically. I've spent the past like 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks building this. So yeah. Again, it's not that complicated as software, hence why it's relatively cheap. And I'm only going to have probably 100 lifetime licenses, by the way, and then it's just going to be the yearly. And that, what I'm going to use that money for, about 20 grand or whatever, minus all the fees and stuff, is I'm going to hire a developer to make all the extra features I want. So there's loads more features I want to add to it, but just this is the MVP essentially. So yeah. Yeah, simple but effective. That's the main thing. So like if you know a site you can rinse, like there was a really good deal on John Lewis the other day, right? And me and a friend, we just looped it over and over. It got really boring. We're like, oh my God, this is so boring. Well, I was doing like 20, 30, 40 orders. I was like, oh my God. But I knew that every order I did was making me like £50 profit. So I was like, keep going. I don't know why they have this 3 limit on John Lewis, but then you can loop it over and over. But yeah, that's the power of it basically. So you can then literally just like rinse, if you find one, because you know, guys, I did a post about this on YouTube recently. If you want to scale your Amazon business, you either need to find more leads, which is the hard way, or just buy more of the leads you've got. So knowing how to buy or where you can buy more of the leads you've got is quite a valuable thing. Anyway, so what's your recommendation? Do you have to pay for shipping with 3 each? No, because there was multiple things. John Lewis, I'm not sure. That's a good question, actually. I might have to just double check that and have minimum shipping requirements on there. That's a good information. This is why it's good to share this as well. But no, with this one, we're able to add multiple variations. So we're spending like £300 per time. So there was no particular particular shades, is what I'll say. To maybe give you a hint of this thing. So we're able to, we're well above the minimum for shipping. So what's your recommendation of getting on gated luxury perfume brands? Notino, yeah, 100%, yeah. Is it cheaper for us long-term supporters? It's already pretty cheap as it is, to be honest. Like $99 a year, $199. So I did think about it, but honestly, that is priced. And the EAN search thing costs money. That's a subscription that's quite expensive. So with Lifetime, I'm taking a little bit of a risk here because I'll always have a monthly cost that I'll have to pay. And that for those EAN searches, especially when I start adding 2 or 3 services in there, each of them costs quite a lot per month. So, yeah, maybe, but no, there isn't. Not really. I do appreciate your support, though. But it's really cheap. But that's what it is for now anyway. Like I said, I'm probably only going to do 100 lifetime licenses. So otherwise, it'd just be 100. It'd just be the yearly plan, probably. So I'm not sure yet. Sorry, I think I saw this question before and then totally forgot about it. So, what's your thoughts on Amazon reprice on Seller Central? It's rubbish, mate. It'll literally send you to the poorhouse. Amazon only care about getting sales. They don't care about your profit. So, yeah, I wouldn't use it. There's a drop in one of the graphs. I'm losing track of some of the conversations. So Dom says, hey, I got the 100 referral code for Qogita. When I'm checking out, it's not applying. It should be at the end. It should be the checkout. So just double check, Dom, that you go to your account, go to wallet, go to promotional credit, see if you've got the 100 in there, okay? And if you have, then when you go to checkout, it should be working. But let me know once you go to the final sort of checkout. Obviously, don't click pay. But if that's still not working, DM me on Discord, join my Discord group, link for that is in the description. You can find me, FBA Mogul, I'm on general chat and stuff. I'm the main guy on the right in yellow. And you can DM me and we can get that sorted for you. Why not have monthly sub instead of long-term ones? New sellers might not want to put 100 in something, not necessary. To begin with, long-term, you can get money of people. I did think about it, but then I was like, because it's relatively cheap for the year, I was like, well, do I want to really do like $7.99 a month? I don't know. I didn't really think too much about. I don't know. Yeah. One thing I need to be careful of is someone just joining for like £8 and then just like rinsing it for all the information. So that is one thing I did consider, because the value is in the database and the knowledge. So, but I don't know. Yeah, it could be for news. It could be too expensive. To be fair, we'll see. I suppose. But yeah, I thought about doing it free, to be fair, and having like adverts on it I don't like. But then it's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll be honest. I spent more time thinking about writing the software than the pricing plan, to be honest with you. So yeah, I don't know. But to be fair, with one order, you can make all your money back and more. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I probably need to think about more with the pricing anyway. So, but yeah, it's not something I need to think about Empire, to be honest. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah. So Thomas, that's an EAN, June 2024. Does it come in 50 packages of 3 units, or do they pack it together for you? What's this you're looking at? Sorry, I'll look at it later, mate. I'm getting tired now, to be honest. I'm just gonna go back to just normal chatting now. By the way, I can't do it anymore. I'm getting tired now. What time is it? It's midnight, 12:30 a.m. Let's catch up with the chat anyway. What's going on here? Institutional Espinal dropping graphs. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'm not seeing that, to be fair. So Pavely saying, as an ex-software engineer, have you considered building a complex software? Yes. So this Chrome extension, by the way, like it's really simple. I thought I could be able to do it in like a week, and literally it's taken me 2 weeks because writing some software, and to be fair, it worked after day one, right? But then writing software for yourself, and then writing software that's ready for release, and then making the payment system on Stripe, and making sure that it's bug-free, and all the features and stuff. It just takes time, to be fair. So I have way more software ideas, to be fair, that I want to release. Can't mention them now. But yeah, but this is like the simplest and most effective one that I can think of right now. Like, I cannot actually understate how effective this knowledge is. Like, it's literally the information that will take you to like the next level of your Amazon business, and it's available for like £99. So yeah, it's kind of really good. This is like really effective, simple but effective, essentially. So you don't need any fancy software. This does some stuff. It's got some fancy Qogita stuff in there, but yeah. I've always wanted to do this, and it is a bit of a rip-off of a US one called OA Buddy, which is USA only. But yeah, no one did it in the UK, so I've done it. And yeah, I don't know. Probably find everyone else that copies me now, whatever. But yeah. So yeah, I've got a bunch of other ideas as well for software I want to do that are more complex, which again are kind of game-changing. No one really does them. I've got 2 in mind that I'll do eventually. But yeah, I can't code everything myself, really. I'm doing other things, so yeah, I need to just get a developer to do them for me. So hopefully the money from this will go into developer to build more software. Who knows? You can't do everything. My focus is going to be mainly around the social media and the Discord community, and then pay people to do everything else. And obviously doing Amazon as well. Yeah, it's a lot to do, to be fair. So I'm going to message you, mate, but yeah, the full amount came up on payment, but I didn't accept. Okay, strange. Okay, yeah, DM me, mate, and we'll sort it out afterwards, or I'll get in touch with Qogita on your behalf, and we can get that sorted for you. But yeah, so we could do like £10 a month, so it costs more yearly overall. I could do, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I need to think about it. I'll be honest, like I said, I spent more time writing the software than thinking about the pricing and the marketing and stuff. So I need to think about how it's going to work. But yeah. Yeah, I could do like $14.99 a month, $99 for the year, $200 for lifetime. I don't know, maybe. Yeah. Let me think about it. Is £100 really, is that too much? I guess it is, fair enough. Yeah, I'll think about it then and see. Is the screen getting brighter? I'm having a stroke. Weird. Nice little comfy chair, that. Actually, it's really uncomfortable right now. I've been sat in it for way too long. It's just like a cheap one from Amazon. So the retailer with 3 cap, do they send loads of boxes of 3? I think so. It goes to the prep center, but to Thomas on that one, by the way, it was 3 per unit, but it was lots of different shades. So we were ordering like 3 of like the black, 3 of the purple, 3 of the pink, whatever, you know what I mean. So then it was like there were quite a few units per box, but yeah, I'm pretty sure every order comes out individually. In fact, they do, yeah, because I have ordered stuff from there before, where it was just 3 units per, and it came in its own boxes, terribly packaged. Because it was, I remember I ordered some Armani stuff from there, and yeah, it was. Let's raise the desk up a bit. Yeah, it was just literally just chucked in a box with like no padding. I was like, John Lewis, come on, you can do better than that. So yeah, I actually still got 23 viewers. Awesome. What did we peak at? We peaked at 44, 43, which is pretty sick actually. I'm pretty happy with that, to be fair. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out. Thank you, Zara. I appreciate it. Should do a sourcing session in bed. I don't really source, in saying that I did source yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was looking in bed and I found some stuff. I don't normally source in bed. Yeah, apparently the more you order, the less they give us. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So what do you think about the new source sheets group? It's been around for a while, hasn't it? But yeah, I know the guy who runs it. I've got access to it. And I need to actually look at it. It looks pretty good, to be fair. I'm not done like a proper look yet. But yeah, it looks pretty sick, to be honest. So, yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Do you? Has everyone had good experiences there? We're talking about source sheets, right? Yeah, sure. Source sheets. Yeah, it's good. Looks like it's good software, to be fair. When I looked at it, I'll be honest, like a lot of these groups, I was a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of information that was there, because obviously they do a lot of sites and stuff. But yeah, and need to get back to the owner actually, because they wants me to promote them. But I've not had a chance really. I've been so focused on my Chrome extension this week. So yeah, I want to get this out. I actually need to start charging for something. So that's why I was like, I'm going back to my original plan that I had almost 3 years ago. I want to make software. And I've got some really good software ideas that are going to be absolutely killer. My next one it's going to be so good, honestly. It's been done before, but it's been executed really badly. And yeah, it's really good. So everyone's going to make a lot of money with it. It's a really good idea. But it's going to take me a little while to make it. Or pay someone to make it, I should say. Recommend debit credit card with best exchange rate. Yes, so if you're using foreign purchases, Capital on Tap is the best one. But you have to be a limited company. I've got a link for you, actually. If you want to do the Capital on Tap, let me find it for you. But yeah, it's for limited companies only. But you also get £75 for free as well when you sign up to Capital on Tap. But yeah, this is the one I use when I'm buying from foreign stores like in the EU. It's got the best exchange rate. So check the link out there. You get £75 free, but it is limited companies only. So, oh yeah, Jacob did it as well. So we both get £75. So it's nice. Well, so, you think you get? Yeah, you get £75 basically. Yeah. So does Amazon often run a little discount before they sell out? No, I don't know. Really, maybe sometimes. I'm not sure, to be honest, on that one. Thomas, come and give us a hit. I don't want to do it because someone else will do it. That's the thing, and it's a really good idea, and it's literally, yeah. I can't. I've already given so much away for free. Yeah, so I'm trying to avoid mentoring, basically. I want to try and give all the information away for free and then monetize through another method. So obviously, the obvious one is to do mentorship and just do £3,000 for mentorship and do that. I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm trying to offer value in other ways. That's what I've always tried to do, is like buck the trend, I suppose. So software is where I can do it, and having the experience that I've got on Amazon and then combine that with software is kind of where I guess my edge is. So yeah, so I can't give too much away on that one, but yeah, it will be pretty good, hopefully. But in saying that, who knows? What I think's good might be rubbish, actually. So, but yeah. But saying that, look at the OA Hero, for example. I thought like £99 a year and £200 for the £99 for the year and £200 for the lifetime was like a bargain. But then you guys like don't seem to like it. So this is what happens with software and stuff. Like, yeah, what you think is like good, and it turns out maybe not. So I don't know. I thought that was a really cheap price, but yeah, I was like, I'm gonna introduce it really low, really cheap. People will be happy. I mean, also as well, how many softwares do you find these right now, which have a one-time fee because everything's a subscription. So offering like £200 for lifetime, I thought was like, firstly, a bit risky on my part. And I was like, wow, a nice offering, to be fair, because you don't get that very often anymore. Everything's a subscription. So, yeah, anyway, it is what it is. So it must be 3x expensive if it's 50 profit. May lightsabers. What was 50 profit? Oh no, it was only it was each unit. So it was 3. Okay, let me make it clear. So this item, right? You could only get 3 of them at a time. Okay, but there were multiple different shades of them. So I was able to get the black, the purple, the pink, the whatever. Okay, and each unit was only about £3 profit per unit. £3.50 or something like that. I don't know. But obviously, when I can get like every time I could add 3, I was making £3.50 profit, and there was all the different shades going on. So that's why every like order was like £50 profit, essentially. So yeah, it wasn't anything expensive really, like a lightsaber. It was a cosmetic item. Let's put it like that. Thomas, can I guess in DM? Sure, mate, you can. Yeah, do that, please, because you might be giving some good ideas. Yeah, Echo, yeah, Source Sheets, yeah, Discord group, yeah. So I keep meaning to kind of promote it, but yeah, I'm not sure yet. It's really, look, the owners of Source Sheets, by the way, absolute top guy, by the way, top bloke. He's built something really amazing there, to be fair. In the past, I would have definitely been, like, just like with Profit Suite, promoting those kind of groups. Recently, I've been thinking, do I want to keep pushing people out of my group? I'm trying to get people into my group. I spend so much time and effort, you know, doing YouTube and things like that to get people into my group to then kind of push them out seems a bit silly. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll end up promoting it or not. But yeah, look, it is a good software, to be fair. This guy who runs it is amazing. And yeah, he's done a really good job, to be fair. He comes from a very humble background as well and works really hard. And yeah, can't fault him at all. It's good software. Go and check it out. SAS has one-time thing, I think. Apart from that, I don't know. It doesn't. SAS doesn't. It doesn't have one. I'm paying yearly on that. If it has a lifetime, let me know, please. The only software I know that's one time right now, right, that's like I use is Final Cut Pro. They charge like £300. But yeah, all the competition uses. Actually, no. To be fair, DaVinci Resolve is This is all editing software, by the way. But yeah, like Premiere Pro, which is Adobe's like subscription. So so Thomas's guest. I'll tell you if you're right, Thomas. Let's have a look. You're not too far off, actually. Yeah, kind of. Okay, Dom, by the way, I'll get back to you after the stream. Not too far off, Thomas, actually, not too far off. So... Mogul Sheets soon. I will never be a lead provider. That's one thing I will probably never do. I say probably. It's not my thing, really. It's going to create too many conflicts. I won't ever create like a Discord group like that offers leads like that. So, yeah. Like on a subscription basis and things like that. So it's not really my kind of thing, really. I'll leave that to Profit Sweep, Source Sheets, and all the other ones. All the servers that want to do that. So, yeah. So Empire saying, you think software being one-time fee is good if you know how good the value is, but people who haven't used it before are uncertain might not want to put that much until they have tried it. That's true. You're absolutely right, Empire. And what I'm hoping is that people like you will buy it and then go, wow, this is amazing. It's definitely worth it. When people ask, then they can use it. I'll definitely have a rethink about the pricing. I don't know. We'll see. Main thing for me right now is getting it all actually released properly and then getting it ready. It's 90% there. It's just that final little bit that he's doing. And then we're good to go, basically. And then, I've got, and also as well, don't forget, there's a bunch more features coming out I've got planned on it as well. One of them, which is really awesome if I can pull it off, which will basically end the answer about, is this product IP or private label or parallel import? You'll never have to worry about that ever again. So that's, I'm probably giving away too much by saying that. So yeah, that's one of the things I've got planned. Whether I can pull that off, I don't know. But yeah, that's one of the things I have got planned on that one. But yeah, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. Okay, no, you win. We ain't got a clue. Maybe I did. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, maybe I did. I've told a few people too far. I just can't publicly announce it. So, but yeah. So actually, I can talk about one of the things I want to add into the Chrome extension. Why not? I think I could train an AI to recognize if a product listing is private label or parallel import or whatever. It can't be that difficult, and that's one of the things I want to add in. I can't promise it'll get into that, but I think that could be done quite easily, given enough data that you would never have to. Okay, with a decent accuracy, you could be able to check if a product has any like red flags on it using AI. It can't be that difficult, honestly. So that's one of the things I want to add on there. So imagine, you just go to the Amazon page, click the Chrome extension, it'll analyze it and it'll say, whether it thinks it's IP or not. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to add to that Chrome extension. No promises if I can pull it off yet, which is why it's not mentioned on the website. So it could be kind of interesting, and it will do that in various ways. Give a sneak peek. Oh yeah, there's a sneak peek for future thing. Like I said, I want to add in the whole I don't know how valuable it will be, but the example. And by the way, I'm gonna have to order from a lot of these sites. So there's another cost. It has 600 sites supported. I've ordered from a decent number of them, not 600, but I'm gonna order from every single one of those sites, or at least a good majority of them, so I can get I can know what the invoice looks like and things like that. So yeah, and things like that. So. And know how hard it is to get invoiced and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to go into it still, but that will hopefully develop over time. I'm trying to think what other feature I want to put. The AI, it's sort of IP one was a big one. I'm trying to think what other features I wanted to do on there. I actually can't remember now. I've got a list. So OpenAI Agents SDK really good for that. I made one using Keep It AI to analyze deals for me. There you go, exactly. So you can definitely do it. It's just putting that kind of thing into a little bit of software. It's probably going to come out before I get it done. There's probably some people working on it already, or I don't know, or I've just let the cat out of the bag. I don't know. It's not exactly the original idea, but I'm surprised no one's done it so far. But yeah, so can you look at an ASIN for me, Thomas? Found on Qogita. I'll do it after the stream, maybe. Won't source sheets just get saturated though? Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. A lot of categories on source sheet. This is like a source sheets promotion. They're aiming for 500 different stores. Take a while for that to get saturated. To be fair, yeah, that's one thing as well. To be fair. Look into it after the stream tomorrow. Of course, I'm getting DMs from everyone now as well. Let's get back to the stream anyway. Doesn't make for good viewing, me doing DMs on Discord. Yeah. So yeah, look. People think Arbisource is saturated. I'm like, they've got so many stores on there. Even when I'm using Arbisource, I'm not even using 1% of it really. It's not. These things don't get saturated as you think really. Another thing as well. To be fair, that's another thing I want to add in as well. Actually, is a ranking system for stores as well. That's something I'll have to figure out in the future. Because there's some stores that have loads of deals, but they get heavily sourced. So I would rank them lower than other sites. So yeah, that's another thing I want to add into that Chrome extension as well. I just remembered, but I need to figure out a good way to categorize sites based on various criteria. Yeah, Tom, I send Lee in chat to analyze for you. So Flipping's saying, okay, that's good. You do. I'll take a look after. Sure. I've lost track of what's going on. It's hard to keep up with the chat at times. Carbo, what do I think of Returnify? Is this a Returnify promotion thing now? You stop banning people soon for promoting stuff. It's not mine. So you may have noticed I banned a very big Amazon seller from my group the other week. For self-promotion. So, yeah. No. That's the first person I've banned for that, to be fair. So, look. I wonder when the new RB update is coming. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I said to Callum to let me have access to that first. I totally forgot about that actually. But yeah, there's new updates coming on RB Source, aren't there? I'm sure they're working hard on it. Software, it takes longer than you think, honestly. Hey Charlie, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Just caught up, arrived late. No problem at all. We've done the sourcing now. I'm getting kind of tired now. We're talking about all sorts of stuff, really. Yeah, talking about all sorts of Amazon stuff. Yeah, it does, Jacob. Yeah. So look, I've got no problem with someone being in my community if they want to show their sales and stuff and they want to participate in the general chat and help people. But if you're just going to use it as a sales platform, no. So I need to really ban that Jacob guy who does Returnify. Too much promotion in my group. I'm joking. But yeah, so does insane numbers though, don't get me wrong. God, insane. But yeah, it's not a promotional group for mentoring. So I thought it was taking the mick a little bit. So yeah. RB coming from RB Source is amazing. Yeah, good guy. Amazing software as well, guys. So I'm back end of May. I'm going to arrange a meetup in Nottingham. I'm not sure when. It depends when I can get the venue. But yeah. If you guys are interested, I'll be doing that in Nottingham. Again, it depends when I can get the venue. I'll try and get this nice venue. We'll do like an Amazon meetup, and so if you guys want to come to that, I'll eventually at some point announce the date for that, and hopefully you guys will be able to come along and hang out and chat and all sorts of stuff. So maybe some giveaways, I don't know. So hopefully Returnify will be like a platinum sponsor for it. So we'll fork out some money to promote his services there. And he can have like a little advertising banner there. We'll have to see. Help pay for it. Or maybe do some giveaways or something. So yeah. I like all the RI guys that show their results. The RI goes crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Look, when it comes to social media, you can't beat retail arbitrage. It's so relatable to people, and it's interesting. People going into stores and stuff. So I tried to do it. I'm just rubbish at RA, and I don't like filming in the stores. And yeah, I don't know. It's just I sure I should do it when I go back, but yeah, yeah. Your balance will be banned off your sheet then. I don't even track it, to be honest, mate. I'm showing a lot of trust in you. Just send me the money every month, mate. Oh yeah, Jacob's coming to Dubai when I'm back in the UK. I doubt it's going to be that early, mate. It'll be end of June, July. So everyone's got time to like arrange stuff, I suppose. It won't be right away. Yeah. Oh, did he really? Okay, interesting. Look, I have no problem with Felix, by the way. He's actually a really nice guy. He does insane numbers on Amazon. I don't like how I handled it. I just banned him. I should have spoken to him first, to be fair, but I was getting fed up. I was probably in a bad mood that day, and I was getting fed up with the posting. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, he's an insane Amazon seller. He's a really nice guy as well. I just don't like the self-promotion stuff in the group. And obviously, I knew what he was doing. It's all to funnel people into his Discord group to get mentoring. When he asked me to promote it, I said no. Don't get me wrong, he's a really nice guy. Just don't like the self-promotion stuff, really. So I've become a little bit more strict on that kind of stuff, really. Like, yeah, I don't know. I had more tolerance maybe a year or two ago. I'm become less, I don't know. But yeah, I knew exactly what he was doing. He's already got a crap load of students, made a load of, anyway, I don't know. But yeah, he's actually a really nice guy, and he does insane numbers. So yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, basically. I don't like to fall out with anyone, really, but yeah. I probably handled it really badly, to be fair, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, is what it is. Yeah, anyway. Can I bring and wear Returnify t-shirts? Of course you can, Jacob. Yes, no problem. So if you pay me enough, I'll wear one. All expenses paid by Profit Sweep owner and Returnify owner. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. It is going to be pricey because the last time, I think it's like £2,500, £3,500 to host one of these events with food. So yeah, it'd be nice if I could get some sponsors, but we'll see anyway. Maybe I just won't provide the food. Save a load of money. Rock City. I'm probably going to do it at the same venue that the Cellar Ramp guys did it, which was the Ice Arena. They had a really cool venue there. So I'll probably just do that and then basically replicating what they did. Because that was really nice, actually. It's really cool. There's like a bar and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, basically. But yeah. So I noticed, by the way, you know, again, Felix has been doing pretty good on YouTube as well, to be fair. He's putting out some good videos. So yeah, good guy to watch, to be fair. And he does it crazy numbers on Amazon. Like he must be top like 3 Amazon seller, like OA Amazon seller in the UK right now. So like top 5 maybe. Like just absolutely insane, crazy numbers. So yeah, yeah. So will the limit? Charlie says, will the LTD ever be less than 199? I'm ready to jump in, but nothing worse than buying too early, like on Qogita. Was that, you mean a lifetime deal? Is that what you mean with LTD? For OA Hero. I don't plan on making it any cheaper, mate. Honestly, there's going to be like 100 available for lifetime. And then if we're talking about OA Hero here, unless I've just totally got the wrong impression of what you're talking about, I'm going to sell like 100 licenses on that, and then basically that's going to be done. Because there's an ongoing cost for running that Chrome extension. So the idea is for me to offer like 100 of the licenses that are lifetime, use that money, which I can then fund a developer to then carry on developing it for me. It's like a little cash injection, essentially. But yeah, there's ongoing costs that are significant on running that software. So lifetime's a bit of a risk if everyone just jumps on lifetime. So lifetime will be limited, and it will never be cheaper than £200. So that's no plans for that. I thought it was really cheap anyway. It's good to get some feedback though, to be fair. Yeah, I'll have to watch that video on Felix, by the way, if he's giving me like a little shot. It's fine. I will never badmouth him, to be fair. He's a nice guy, don't get me wrong. He really is a nice guy. But yeah. I find RA leads from some shops don't tank either. Yeah, because there's less people buying them. Absolutely, yeah. So, Thomas, that's one great thing about retail arbitrage, to be fair. The ROIs are higher. They're less tanky, especially if it's not like a national sale. Although, like, the national sales can tank hard. I've been caught up in that with some Lego stuff. But when I say caught up in that, I was like, okay, let everyone sell out cheap and I'll hold the Lego, which is like a ridiculously premium brand. And I was like, well, eventually the prices will come back. So, but yeah, if it's a national sale, it can brick. But other than that, it can be all right, to be fair. But yeah, the only downside is, of course, just getting the quantity. Come on, Equibot. I'm not a guru. I'm an expert. No. I don't think I've ever called myself a guru. But yeah, hope not. I'm definitely not like, yeah, anyway. It's all fun and games anyway, to be fair. So, yeah, it's fine. I didn't handle it very well. I fully admit that. So it's my fault. Yeah, hump RAs on certain products, awkward to buy. Yeah, to be fair, it's just getting the quantity. Although if there's a really good sale on, like going down to Sainsbury's, find some like tick medicine or whatever it is, just do the national run. Do every one in the country. So if you find a really good deal, just go big. Again, it comes down to find more leads or buy more leads you've got. But yeah, Thomas, the reality of Amazon FBA. First 10 seconds. I'll have to watch him, mate. It's good. So he's got a good channel, to be fair. I like it. I don't enjoy the feeling of buying 10 vibrators, but if you can make money on them, mate, you've got to do it. So. Okay, it's all good now. Honestly, I have no problem with him, to be honest. Absolutely no problem. Just didn't want him promoting his mentorship thing in my group, basically, which is essentially what he was doing by posting those sales numbers, and not participating in anything else. That's why I did it, basically. So, but I handled it badly. 100% accept that. Is what it is. I'm still friendly with him. Well, I don't know, but yeah, no problems with him whatsoever. Too much Amazon drama going on here, guys. Like, yeah. He's a nice guy. He knows what he's doing. He's a really good Amazon seller. He makes way more money than me on Amazon, to be fair, right now. So yeah, yeah. Yesterday he said he will be a millionaire be a million next year on his live. Oh no, it's 150%. All right. Yesterday he said he will be a million next year on his live. Oh, okay. He's going to be a millionaire? You mean? The way it's going, mate. If he's making £4,000 a day, it doesn't take too many days to become a millionaire from that. Yeah. So if he can keep it up, then I'm sure he will be. So then we can talk on an even footing. We'll give him a year or two. 3K. Look, yeah, I'm actually a big fan. I'd see you later, Thomas. By the way, I know people are dropping off now. I'm just chilling now, I guess, talking about whatever. I'm a big fan of paying for knowledge. Like, I've paid for knowledge for my YouTube channel. I found a guy who's really good at running YouTube. He's got a channel that's 1.5 million subscribers, knows what he's doing. So if you can pay for knowledge, like 3K, 4K, 5K, I paid more than 3K for my YouTube mentoring, but it's worth it in the long run, to be fair. So if you can afford to pay for knowledge, absolutely. So the other thing at Iqbal though, am I saying that right? Iqbal is that I'm 39, so I'm like double his age. So not such a good shot, to be fair. God, I don't want to turn into. I hate drama so much. Probably good for views and stuff, but no, I hate drama. So, I'm really old, so it's easier to have more money. For age wise, doing way better than me. He's the goat, but he sells really high priced items or electronics. I know what he sells. I've actually bought an item from him before and returned it. I didn't know it was him at the time. But of course, I was very nice. I returned it. It was all beautifully packed and it was brand new. So, yeah. But I won't say what it was. Don't want to give things away. But, it's just weird that it turns out I happened to buy something from him. It got returned very nicely, though. Like, used like new, if not just new. Anyway, what time is it? I'm probably going to... I don't know. People are still watching though, so you guys are obviously enjoying me like chatting and I don't know. I guess I could just keep going. I can't say what it is, Empire. So it's not fair to me to say what it was. So it's just happened that I happened to buy something from him and returned it. So I would never reveal his store or what he sells. That is just totally never going to happen. It's crazy numbers, don't get me wrong, guys, like insane. I don't know how he does it. I have no idea how he does it. To be fair. It's good. Like even like flipping at 30, he must make more money than him now. And flipping at 30 is a big seller. So it's interesting. You ain't gonna get anything out of me, guys. There's no way I will reveal anything. Let's just change the topic, actually, in case I accidentally reveal something and I annoy him more than he probably is annoyed. So, let's talk about something else. What time is it in the UK now? It is 10 o'clock. You guys are going to bed soon, so yeah. How is Amazon going for everyone anyway? Is sales picking up? Any new watches, Empire's asking? No, I've been looking around, but no, my priority right now is not to buy a new watch as much as I'd like to. When I get back to the UK, I'm probably going to buy a house. That's probably my next big thing, really. I've just sold a property. I was going to say one of my properties. But which is taking ages, to be fair. I want to get a house. I've been living in apartments. I'm like getting to 40 now. It's really weird getting to 40. Like so many, I'm like, I don't want to live in an apartment anymore. I want to get a house. there's a lot of things that it's really weird. But yeah, so I want to get a house now, and yeah, so I'm selling up to put all my money into a house. So yeah, no more watches for now. I'm happy with the one I've got, to be fair. I'm always looking at watches and things like that. I'm always looking, but no, I don't want to be wasting money on that right now. Like I said, I just bought a new car, so yeah, that was nothing fancy. I got myself a Ford C-Max. So I don't want to waste money on things. I want to keep my money in the business. Like I said, I've got lots of software ideas, got lots of ways I want to build FBA Mogul. I've paid for YouTube coaching and things like that. So I want to keep all my money into the business right now. That's how you grow, and that's how you get to like good levels of wealth. You've got to keep reinvesting your money. And while you have little splurges of things, whatever, when you hit a certain goal, yeah, I'll try and limit them to, like I am 40 this year, for example. So I was like, oh, could I get a watch for my 40th? And I might do, but I don't think it'll be a very expensive one. We'll see. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying not to waste my money on silly things. But I'll do that when I'm really rich. No, when I'm rich. But yeah, keep spinning it up for now. Enjoy doing business. So many business ideas. Just need the money for them and the time as well. Time's the biggest one, honestly, right now. Too many projects going on. Rainbow Daytona, yeah. I don't think I could afford a Rainbow Daytona. Maybe the Zenith one. But yeah, the Rainbow Daytona is like £500,000, isn't it? At least 300,000 or 100,000. So yeah, I was at dinner actually yesterday day before with Josh, some of Josh's friends. One of the guy there had like a nice RM. It was like 150k, I'm guessing, something around there. I'll be honest, if I had 150k to spend on a watch, I mean, RM is it's a nice watch, to be fair. It's just a flex, though. It's nice, but there's other watches I'd personally rather have. RMs, though, are like obviously like if you know about watches, you know that they're expensive, and you know that person is pretty well off. But yeah, there's other watches I'd rather have. Like my dream watch is like £40,000. I'd be happy with that. Basically, that's my absolute dream watch, and that's a Rolex Pepsi with the meteorite dial. So that's my absolute dream watch. So yeah, I'll probably set like a goal to get that at some point. The thing about like something like that, let's say it costs 40 grand, it's never going to lose money. So I've got 40 grand parked in that watch. Like 5 years later, I could get 40 grand out of it probably. So okay, that 40 grand's not been deployed in the business, but at least it's not like lost money. Like, well, it has lost money through inflation, and not being used for business and stuff. But yeah, you're not gonna like lose your shirt on it. Whereas this, for example, I could have got it used, but I really wanted to buy it new. But I literally, as soon as I walked out the store, this like lost 4 grand in value, which is like so stupid. But I always wanted this watch. I've wanted another timer for so long, and I wanted it brand new. So yeah, that was a treat to myself for being successful at business. So yeah, so I don't really care about the value being lost on that. But yeah, if I'm spending 40 grand on a watch or whatever, I want it to hold its value. Anyway, yeah, Patek Philippe. I'm not really a huge fan of Patek. They do have the Qogita, don't they? Which is not too bad. But I went to Patek and they didn't even have one in like to even look at. That's how rare they are. Hard to get hold of. But yeah, so yeah. To be honest, I like some of the brands that just do really badly. Like I like Rolex, of course, but I can't get a Rolex. Like, just had terrible experience. Honestly, Rolex experience has been terrible. It's really put me off the brand, to be fair. Even though my dream watch is a Rolex, I'll just buy it on the grey market. But yeah, it's just awful. They just treat you like dirt, basically. And here in Dubai, they wouldn't even let me try them on. Normally when you go into a Rolex store, you say, I know it's exhibition only, but they're not available, but can I try on that one, see what it looks like? No, you can't try it on. It's like terrible experience. So Rolex has really I've gone from someone got into watches, really wanted to get a Rolex, been put off the brand now massively. And well, I will get one Rolex at some point. They've really put me off that brand. So yeah, I like Breitling, to be fair. That's one of my favorite brands. But yeah, it just sucks when you buy a watch and it loses half its value as soon as you walk out the store. That's the one thing that's hard to stomach. Whereas with Rolex, that's not true. So Yeah, Mogul 40th birthday party with a Discord group. Maybe, I don't know. I think I was planning on going to Vegas actually, but then I was thinking to myself, I don't really party anymore. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, Patek's an interesting one. A little bit, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in the future. You really have to work hard to get again with good watches with Patek. To be fair, so you have to really show interest in the brand over a long time. Buy some of the crappier ones to get the good ones. And to be honest, yeah, I've never actually been into a Patek store or an AP store because they only pretty much exist in London, in the UK. Obviously in Dubai they're like in the main mall and stuff. So and they're kind of not everywhere, but there's more of them around. Anyway, this is all talking to like a watch thing, watch thing. But yeah. Exactly, Chinatown has every watch. How much do you spend in Dubai a month? Oh, thank you, appreciate it, Charlie. It's not actually ready yet, by the way. So, just let you know, it's going to be like a week until it's ready for release. Just let you know. So, yeah, it's not ready for release yet. It was meant to be a preview of this, but I do appreciate it. But yeah, it's not quite ready yet. So, it will be out soon. Okay. Like MVP will be out very soon. Hopefully end of the week. So yeah, if that's a problem, let me know. I'll refund you. Yeah, how much you're spending a month? I mean, rent's like 2,500. It's an Airbnb though, so that includes all bills and stuff like that. And then I don't know, food's a little bit more expensive. Depends if you eat out or not. I don't know, maybe 3,500, 4,000 a month, maybe. I'm not sure really, to be honest. Yeah, I don't track it, to be honest. That's one nice thing about like being your own boss, having money. You don't have to track that kind of stuff. I don't go crazy though, to be quite clear. Like I go to the mall all the time, and the only thing I've literally bought in the mall is some shampoo, and I went to the mall yesterday, and I bought 2 books. So I've got, apart from food, like my expenses are pretty slim, basically. Food's probably my biggest expense. So yeah, I'm not like going out being like some crazy person. Yeah, I appreciate it, Charlie. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. If you want a refund, mate, let me know. Okay, and you can buy it again when you're ready. When it's ready. Sorry. Yeah, Razcom, I'm interested in going here. How much should I be looking to spend each month to live decently? Yeah, it all depends where you want to live. I'm living in a really expensive area. Marina is probably like one of the top 5 most expensive areas. If you go further out from like water, then I guess it gets cheaper. You can probably get an apartment for, I don't know, maybe £1,500 for a studio, maybe. I don't know, maybe £2,000. And then there's some things that are cheaper here, some things more expensive. Like food, I think, is a little bit more expensive. But maybe because where I am, it's like living in centre of London. Like when I lived centre of London, my local shop was like a Tesco Express. Whereas obviously when you live further out, you can go to a bigger supermarket where you've got more options and it's cheaper. So I don't know. Yeah, you need a decent amount, to be fair. And obviously you can spend insane amounts of money here. So I'm probably not the best like person to ask, I guess. But because I spend a lot of money on rent and things like that because I want a nice location. But then I don't spend a lot on other stuff really, apart from food. But yeah, so, 4, 3, I don't know, actually. It's hard to say. People do live here, though, that don't have much money at all. So, yeah. Empire saying, in Vegas, put the 100K of your Amazon stock value on black. Exactly, it's so easy. It's not 100% ROI, is it? Because you got the green, haven't you? That's their edge, or the double green and 0 and the 0 in America. So you're taking home more than you're spending. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, I take home more than I spend. That's obviously a very important thing as well. I've never been like someone who's overspent, like, well, try not to anyway. Yeah. I'm living well within my means. Do I plan on staying here for long term? No. I was originally going to move to Dubai. I've decided I'm not going to move to Dubai anymore, not in the short term anyway. Oh, I mean, maybe in a year or 2 I will, but for now, no. There's a few reasons. The big one being Again, it's freaking weird, but approaching the age of 40, I've started to think more about relationships and family and settling down a bit more. And it's basically impossible to do here. It's the dating scene in Dubai is horrendous. It's probably, I don't know if it's one of the worst countries in the world, but it's literally got to be top 5 or top 10. So yeah, basically, so for that priority for me, yeah, it's terrible. Honestly, it's horrendous out here. So that was one kind of big reason. If I moved out here, basically, I'd have to settle for being single for a very long time, or anyone who I got into a relationship with. Yeah, you have to be suspicious of. So yeah, it's there's a few other small reasons as well, but that's one of the big ones, I think. But I will consider potentially moving here in 2 or 3 years, but ideally come here with someone. I think that's the way to do it. So next questions. Anyone? Is there anywhere in mind you want to live apart forever? Yeah, UK is falling apart 100%. Yeah, Australia's a big one, but I can't get in there. I'll have to wait till I'm like a multi-millionaire to like buy my way in to Australia, and even then, I mean, I'd even consider America, to be fair, some parts of America. But again, it's not just that easy. You can't just go to America. You have to like get a job and stuff. Or if you set up a business, you have to hire like 5 employees, which is not cheap. So a lot of these countries is very difficult to go to. There's Cyprus potentially. I don't know. Yeah, there's not that many places you can actually just go and live, especially if you're like a business owner that doesn't have like employees. So it's very difficult to find places. So Dubai is one of those places where you can move to quite easily. Just yeah. Another reason I'll leave as well is like I wanted to live here. Like if I was going to live here full time, but when it was getting warmer, I was like, oh, what's everyone talking about? It's not that hot. But now it's hot, and it's not even the height of summer yet. Like I went out for a walk at 8 p.m. I could only walk for like half hour because it was 31, 32 degrees at 8 p.m. So I was like, it's insane how hot it gets. It gets to the point where you can't even go outside, which is or for any kind of length of time, which is that warm, and that is brutal. Now that is summer only, really. So normally like June, July, August, September, maybe. But yeah. So yeah, that's one kind of downside. But there's a lot to like about Dubai, to be fair. There is a lot to like. The sunshine and the weather agrees with me, generally. Just not when it's too hot. But yeah. I appreciate that, Charlie. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's some really good features coming on that one. So yeah, it'll be valuable information. So I'm hoping as well people will contribute to it as well. That's the main thing. So people contribute their knowledge to it, and it helps everyone. So yeah. So Razcom's got married at 22. I mean, that's a bit young, mate. But yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, it's all cool. So I personally just never wanted to get married until very recently, or have like a long-term relationship. Just wanted to focus on business and things like that. So definitely not the norm, to be fair. But yeah, I'm an unusual guy, to be fair. So yeah, it's not been a big priority for me, really. So yeah. Too many things to do. But yeah, I'm a weirdo though. So yeah. What else could the software do aside from the IP check, seeing it provide an invoice? I can't remember what else I mentioned. I've got a few ideas. Like it's not actually like a massively complicated software. It's just the big thing really about it is giving you that information about retailers. It's obviously got that Qogita thing as well. That's kind of the main thing really. Which is why it's so cheap, to be fair, because it's not like amazing, but actually that knowledge is actually really valuable. But yeah, and obviously if people want more features, we can add them in. If you're like, hey, this would be a really good idea, then we can think about adding those in. So as people use it, we can get more idea about, yeah, it might be a flop, this software, who knows? It might be a flop. I personally think the information is valuable, but yeah, who knows? So we'll see. This is good thing about software is, you have this idea in your head, you think it's going to be amazing, and then might turn out to be a flop when people use it. So who knows? So yeah. So Razcom's saying, trying to build a decent income online, then move abroad to a decent country where I can keep most of my money. But yeah, looking at USA, and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard unless you meet certain requirements. Absolutely. A lot of these places you have to get a job, and you have to have a job for a long time. Like my younger brother tried to get into Australia as a software engineer. He's got like like 8 years experience. And he just couldn't get in. Like, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, so yeah, I actually kind of like being on my own, to be fair. So yeah, it doesn't bother me too much, Rascom, to be fair. So quite comfortable on my own, to be fair. So yeah, in fact, probably too comfortable, to be fair. So which I need to push myself out of the comfort zone a little bit. But yeah, definitely very self-sufficient and happy by myself, to be fair. So yeah, just asking IP check alone, pretty valuable. Yeah, so the IP check and stuff like that will be coming in the future with the AI stuff potentially, if I can get that working. I don't know. There's all sorts of just I don't know, tiny little features that could be really useful. I don't know. I don't know. I have got a list of a few ideas that I want to implement, but the next big one will probably be say on Amazon, having that AI to check for IP stuff would be pretty cool. But I can't promise that's going to work. That's just an idea that I've got. But one thing we can do is try and maintain a list of IP brands, like a proper decent list. Could be very good just having a list that's maintained. But I'd like to get to the point where an AI can do it. But yeah, I kind of like these kind of what we call micro SaaSes, like tiny little bits of software that are really useful. They're not like big bloated softwares. They're just like little software, cheap, cheerful, but do like a really valuable thing. So that's kind of like yeah. But you can't have kids when you're single, Charlie. So yeah. Oh, weird that the chat's like out of sync. Weird. It's so strange. I see your chat there, Charlie, but then it's not on there. Weird. Strange. So it's do you do much A2A? I've done loads of A2A in the past. I did a good solid week of A2A about 2 weeks ago. It's too much. It's too many pings. And then I started focusing on my Chrome extension. I tried to do the coding and do A2A at the same time, but there was too many pings going on. It was distracting me every 2 minutes. I couldn't focus on the coding, so I had to kind of just pause it. But yeah, A2A is really good, guys. I like A2A. Profit Sweep, check it out. Really good for A2A. Yeah, so A2A can be really powerful. It's just like anything, though. You get slow periods, and then you get really killer periods where one ping comes along, you've made 15 grand on one if you got the money for it. In one ping. So, but they don't come around for all the time, but they do come around every now and then. So, Bert, will you be updating or doing anything with Amaz Seller? Yeah, that's a bit of software that I probably won't be touching for a little while. I just don't know if it's it's actually valuable or not, really. But yeah, there's no plans really with that one, to be honest. So it's probably, if you can use it now, I'm happy to just keep it running. It costs me £100 a month to run, so I'm happy to just keep paying that for you guys if you want to use it. But I don't plan on improving it or developing it right now. At some point it'll probably break, and I don't know, it costs too much to fix. But yeah, because these things break. You think how can software break if you don't touch it? But it does. The service platform will update, or some software will get deprecated or something, and then stop working. It's a real pain. So there's a cost to this. But yeah, if people are using it and I don't know, if people are finding it valuable, then it's something I might look back in the future. I just feel like it's a bit of a hit and a miss, really. There's probably other things that I can do that will give you more value than just working on that, basically. So yeah, that's probably easier for me to code as well and make. But I've still got ideas around that one potentially. I am definitely moving back towards the software again now. That is going to be, I want to be a little bit of a software powerhouse, to be fair. I want to have 3, 4, 5 bits of software going. I've got 3, 4, 5 ideas that are really good. So I think there could be a massive shake-up in the Amazon software space. I feel like a lot of people are just phoning it in. And there's software out there that I want to build that doesn't exist as well. So, or it's just not implemented for the UK. So, yeah. that's kind of like where I'm moving myself a little bit now, or maybe focusing a little bit. But I'm also trying to push my YouTube as well. I'm doing too much, to be honest. That's the problem. Too many opportunities. It's insane, really. I just love the Amazon space. It's such a good space because Amazon's such a ridiculous opportunity for everyone. So, yeah, yeah. I just don't want to mentor. I don't know why. I really should mentor people. Like, I know Felix, for example, he's making an absolute killing from mentoring. Like, I mean, an absolute killing. But yeah, I don't know why. It's a big responsibility to mentor someone. So I don't know. It's a big responsibility. But who knows? Maybe I'll do it at some point. Maybe I'll change my tune if people want it. Too fair, I get asked all the time. But yeah, it's been kind of reluctant to do it for whatever reason. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, kind of weird. But yeah, I'm a weird guy. But yeah, so sorry, Bert, on that one. Keep using it if you want to, mate. And but yeah, no plans on keeping it updated for now. We've still got 17 viewers apparently, so you guys obviously enjoy me talking. So, and for every hour I keep you on here, I get £1 in ad revenue. So, yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly. So doing pretty well for himself, to be fair. It's awesome. I like to see people succeed. To be fair, it's good. So Empire saying, I think the most valuable part of OA Hero would be the database of order limits and other retailer order. That's exactly right. That is the main thing behind it. That was what the original plan was it for. Then I was like, oh, I can just do something with Qogita as well and another thing. So yeah, but that is the main, that is the main thing behind it, the Empire. Yeah, so I'm glad you kind of identified that because that was the original idea and the main reason behind it. But then I always get these other ideas as well to add on to it. But yeah, that's the main thing, and keeping that up to date, and ideally having people contribute to it as well, so that it's useful. You're right, that is the most valuable information. It's insanely valuable, actually. Charlie, you could get a dog. Yeah, could do. I don't know, I feel out here, I feel like it's a bit cruel, people walking there like Labrador in like 31, or Golden Retriever in 31-degree heat. It's just, I don't know, it just feels a bit weird. Like, I'm struggling, and I'm like, well, I've not got fur. So, Razcom's loving A2A at the moment, doing a lot of manual sourcing, Keep Product Finder. Okay, cool, yeah. Keep Product Finder, I'm terrible at. I've literally never used it, really. I mean, I've used it, but, like, I've just never been very good at it. Just, I don't know, yeah. It's one sourcing method that I'm just useless at, basically. At some point, I need to focus on learning how to do that. But yeah, just never been any good at it, to be fair. So yeah, if you're good at I think it's also, from what I hear, one of the best sourcing methods as well. So I really should learn how to do it. Jacob saying send leads. They're my leads, not yours. If you want leads, go to Profit Sweep. That's what you're paying for. He's also making came from Amazon. Yeah, exactly. So he's doing a good job. You heard Returnify and OA Hero go hand in hand. Yeah, well, there could be some sort of deal potentially. Who knows? I wasn't planning on actually announcing it, so it's not ready yet. But yeah, I don't know. Somehow got talked into it. Not talked into it. Started talking about it. So yeah, I'm excited about it, to be fair, because I think it's cool software. You'll probably find that someone else makes it now before I can release it. It's fine. It takes a very long and a lot of reps. It's definitely worth learning that. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I just don't have the time. I'm doing too many things. I just do not have the time to like do that. To sit down and do like Keep Product Finder. To be fair, I'm good at sourcing other things. Like I was going to make a video about sourcing actually. I was thinking about on my walk actually. I was like, oh, I've got a really good idea on how to explain sourcing to people and make a video on sourcing. So I was thinking about that because I'm trying to improve my videos on my YouTube videos like massively. And one of the things I've been learning about is like storytelling. So because that's a huge thing in YouTube videos. But yeah, so anyway, I was just thinking about that basically, and then I'm doing the YouTube. There's too many things going on. Razcom, is Spence still in Dubai? Yes, he is. We're meant to go out for dinner tonight, but I bailed. So yeah, but yes, he's still here. But he was back in the UK for a day, so I wish I was at his level in terms of wealth and influence and just a man of his means. He was able to fly back to the UK for one day, fly back to Dubai. That's just surprised he didn't take a private jet, to be fair. That's a international man of mystery, Spencer's. So, yeah. One day, I hope to be half the man he is in terms of his level of wealth and influence. So yeah, Razcom saying, if you have something that works, just do that. It's best. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, you're exactly right. Do what works. I mean, sometimes you have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. So you've sometimes got to keep that in mind, to be fair. So, if Keeper Product Finder really is like that much better, sometimes you've got to take that pain by giving up something else to then take on that new thing. But yeah, for me, I'm happy with OA, Qogita, A2A. I barely have time to do those, let alone learn Keeper Product Finder right now. But yeah, if someone wants to sit down and teach me and like a 2-hour mentoring session, then feel free to jump on and we'll arrange a call and I'll, I can learn that way if you want to teach me, mate. But yeah, I just don't have the time to learn it myself right now. But yeah, I hear it's a really powerful sourcing method and I've seen people use it effectively. So, but yeah. I'm a huge fan of Qogita, to be fair, so I think it's good. It's definitely getting a bit more competitive now, but there's still some really good things on there, really good deals. Let's check my emails, actually. Oh, man, guys, I've been on for ages. So any other final questions before I kind of wrap it up? And then I'm going to go for I'm shattered, to be fair, but I said I was going to go for another walk after this when it cooled down a little bit. But yeah, if you guys got any final questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap it up there. Yeah, I can see, Charlie, you bought the software. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. When's the next live stream? Don't know. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, so Razcom saying, what kind of video should we be expecting from you? I've got a few ideas. Ones I'm going to do. I was going to do one about sourcing, to be fair. Like I say, it's definitely aimed more at beginners, though. So a lot more videos at beginners. I'm basically being more strategic about my YouTube channel and the content that I produce. So there'll be more aimed at beginners, but then there'll be more advanced ones as well. So it's like this funnel, you start off with a broader audience and then you make videos for, anyway. You got to add strategy to everything, basically. I could do an A2A video, to be fair, but yeah, I'll have to think about what I'll do next. The next one's probably going to be around the sourcing video, probably. But yeah, for me, it's all about, obviously you want to give you guys education, give you knowledge, but also trying to get new people in. Because I do it all for free, I kind of need a volume of people to come in, new people. So that's one thing that I need to get better at, is getting newer people into the Discord and then obviously distilling knowledge. But yeah, if I want to keep it free, it needs volume, basically. So I like the free model. I want to try and push it as far as I can. I think in the long term it will do well, but then I don't know, it's hard to argue with a mentoring, it's hard to argue with that model. So who knows anyway. Yeah. Who know? Yeah, I'll let you know on what you'll find out what video comes out. I still need to film it though. Am I the first? Charlie, you are the first person to buy it. Yes, that I can see. So congratulations. Thank you very much. I appreciate the confidence. And yeah, I will get that finished ASAP, and you'll have access to it. So yeah, I really do appreciate it, mate. That is awesome. I do appreciate that. It's awesome to see. So yeah, thank you. Thing is, people don't mind spending a dime if they're saving lots of money. Absolutely, yeah. So the big, right? Well, there's 2 reasons why I didn't want to do mentoring. One, I hate the idea of someone calling me a scammer or a guru or whatever BS thing. I hate that. So obviously, if you just don't charge, although saying that, people still call me a scammer and stuff. I do this all for free. It's ridiculous. So, I still had people do that. Okay, fair enough. So that didn't really eliminate that. And also, it's a huge responsibility to take someone's money and teach them. So it's a huge responsibility. It's like a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So, yeah, it's not something I would go into lightly, and something I haven't gone into lightly because I feel like it's £3,000 or whatever you charge is a lot of money for people, and if you take that, it's a big responsibility. So, which is something I take very seriously. So, those are the two reasons why I have not done it. So, and kind of the first one's been eliminated, to be fair, because, yeah, it still happens. I don't charge. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah. But yeah, definitely, mentoring and paying for knowledge actually is a good thing, to be fair. I do it myself. So, yeah, so Razcom saying, spent good money on mentors, got scammed on one. What was that for, Razcom? Was that Amazon, was it, or something else? Bert, good night, mate. Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, I will be on more often. I'm going to try and do way more live streams. I do enjoy these, to be fair. I enjoy just hanging out and chatting, to be fair. It's really good. So we can do the sourcing and informational stuff, but I enjoy just chatting with you guys as well. So, yeah, it's good. And obviously, some people obviously enjoy me being here as well, because I've still got viewers. So it's really awesome, to be fair. So, but yeah, thanks for coming on, Bert. I really appreciate it. Why don't you do it for free, Lob? Because I literally don't have time as it is, ACA. It's an extremely time-intensive thing. So doing it for free, doing the one-on-one mentoring for free or group mentoring will take time I do not have. I barely have time to do things as it is now. So that's why, basically. Yeah. My time is valuable. Yeah. Empire paid software doing seems good value move, good recurring revenue, providing value. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, so that's exactly that's business 101, isn't it? To provide value to people, and they'll pay for it. Simple as that. So that's what I'm trying to do with the software. Yeah, Amazon wholesale got sold. Yeah, this is what I mean. The wholesale thing is like, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be interested to see who you bought that from. Actually, do you want to DM me who it is? Who you bought it from? Let me know. So Mert, thank you for. Have you mentioned? Are you new on here? I don't think you've mentioned been speaking or anything, but I appreciate you. Maybe just been just listening. Believe the most knowledgeable and genuine person, FBA UK. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable, but I do have a decent amount of knowledge. But when I was struggling on gating, went out your way and DM me directly. No, I'm happy to help. Like I obviously enjoy this as well. I enjoy helping people. So I'm happy to help. I'm glad I could help you. So no problem whatsoever. But yeah, I've got under no illusion that I'm definitely not the most knowledgeable though. But yeah, I'm happy to share what I know. Been doing it a little while, so I know a decent amount about it. And I went ridiculously deep and hardcore into Amazon FBA to the detriment of many other things. But yeah, so I paid a price for the knowledge, but it's been good for me, to be fair. So can't complain. A price tag easily filters out people that are serious too. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, DM me, yeah, absolutely. He stopped uploading on TikTok now. Okay, TikTok and Instagram. The amount of scammers on there, just ridiculous. Oh my god, it's just insane. To be fair, that is I spent like an hour on there like months and months ago looking at all the people on TikTok and Instagram. Just insane. And obviously scammers as well. So Jacob's saying COT or Capital on Tap or Amex. I use Amex if I can, and it's not a foreign transaction because I want the points. But if it's going to involve a currency exchange, I will use Capital on Tap. So Amazon to Amazon EU, for example, I use Capital on Tap. Everything else, pretty much using Amex because I like the points for the free miles. So yeah. Yeah, Raz, people do. Honestly, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's actually interesting. Not that I was planning on scamming people, but I spoke to my YouTube mentor, right? And I was like, I was like, mate, should I just get a Ferrari and Lamborghini and just like buy a 50k Rolex and just like start flexing it all over Instagram and TikTok and stuff, and like, because obviously it works like as like a way to get people in. And he was like, mate, just don't do it. The people you'll attract, just no. But yeah, I was like, literally, like, should I just do that? Like, it was Aston Martin, not a Lambo. I was like, yeah, it's like, should I just spend that money, total waste of money, and just do it, and just like start flexing it all over TikTok, Instagram, and yeah. I genuinely asked him this, and he was like, "No, mate, don't. Stick to what you're doing." Yeah. So anyway, that's something I definitely actually asked, actually, just because it's such an easy way to get traffic and people in, but you wouldn't necessarily get the good people in like you guys. So yeah, it's an interesting one, really. So yeah. So Mert saying, I keep getting calls from one RA group to the point where I'm cancelling membership because it's not worth it, and I had a fat headache. Oh, interesting. One RA group. What group was that then? Getting calls from them. What group was that then, Mert? Let us know about that. It's interesting. Yeah, people do 10k revenue a month on Amazon, then launch a course. Exactly, mate. Yeah, honestly, it's insane. Yeah. You got to be careful out there, to be fair. So you got to, buy from someone who's got like a track record, actually knows what they're doing, not like a flash in the pan. But then you're gonna bought in. Yeah. I guess you did, Raz. But we all make mistakes and stuff. So it's all good. But yeah, DM me, mate. The mentor. Keep an eye on my DMs. Seller Circle, yeah. They're funny, yeah. So Raz was saying, your YouTube mentor is big on YouTube, like a known channel for teaching. Yeah, I'll tell you who it is. He's called I can't remember. Oscar Owen. Sorry, he's called Oscar Owen. He's got a magic channel that's 1.5 million subscribers, and then he's got a YouTube business channel which is 25,000 subscribers. So yeah, I've got no problem telling you who I'm using. It's Oscar Owen. He's my YouTube mentor. So yeah, he's a good guy. So yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's never done anything but YouTube. That's all he's done from the age of like 16. So yeah, he knows what he's doing. Like the knowledge that comes out his mouth when it comes to YouTube is just ridiculous. But yeah, anyway. Think Media. Oh yeah, Think Media is a great channel. I listen to that all the time when I'm walking around, stuff like that. It's really good. But yeah, great info growing YouTube. God, I can't speak. Think Media has some great info on growing your income on YouTube with a tiny amount of subscribers. Yeah, exactly. One of the things you learn is subscribers don't mean anything really. It's all about the quality of your audience, and my audience quality, which is you guys, is fantastic. So that's way more valuable than having like 1 million subscribers of like a bunch of children, for example, who have no money or whatever. It's just like, it's hard to monetize. And it sounds like bad here, but like, you want like a decent audience and a very niche audience. So, and that's what I've got essentially with YouTube. So what I'm trying to build up. So, okay, hey Razcom, yeah, you DM me. I've never heard of them, to be fair. Never heard of them. So yeah, there's all these kind of crazy companies and FBA people who come out of the woodwork. Yeah, Seller Circle. Yeah, they're good for beginners, I suppose. They called you to essentially convert from the standard plan to their pro plan. Okay, interesting. That's crazy that they make a lot of money, Seller Circle, like a crazy amount of money, actually. It's interesting that they ring you. They're all, okay, it's crazy. To be fair, I can't argue with them. Like, they're on another level. Like, I'm down here, right, in terms of where I am, in terms of like running my Amazon business and like YouTube and stuff, and they're literally up here with their marketing and stuff. They're on another level. The fact they're even doing phone calls and stuff, reaching out to people, just crazy. They must be making a fortune off that group. yeah, it does make me think twice about my what I've been doing. To be fair, it does make me think twice because they are on another level. To be fair, absolutely another level. But they do a really bad job as well. So I'll caveat that actually. They do a really good job at helping beginners, but it's good for like really beginners, and then beyond that, I think their service falls off a little bit. So I think they're really good at getting you started, but after that, I think the quality falls off. So yeah. Anyway, I don't like to bash other groups, but yeah, so every group's got its strengths and weaknesses, I suppose. So theirs is good. They've got their killer marketing there, to be fair. So yeah. So Charlie says, careful out there, spending limit. Even if you deposited funds, they block you if you hit your limit. Yeah, I guess I've not run into that issue, but yeah, thanks for the tip though. Actually, yeah. So I don't want to get blocked by them. That would suck. So I've been with them for a while now, though, so hopefully they'll be okay with me. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on that one. Thanks. When's the meetup happening? So I will, when I get back to the UK, I'll call up the venue and I'll try and book something for probably July if I can, and then hope that Solar Amp. I'm going to do one like a week later. If they do, we'll go to both, I suppose. So yeah, hopefully in July sometime. I'll try and get it booked and get a solid date, and then I'll post that to everyone, and everyone will be welcome to come, whether you're in FBA moguls or not, really. So, and new people and whatnot. So, yeah, I will put money behind the bar, Jacob. Yeah. So, yeah, drinks are on me, and the platinum sponsors, Returnify, for example. But yeah. Yeah, Razcom, I got the DM, thanks. Yeah, I've never heard of that company. Yeah, that person before. They were memes so much in the FBA space. Yeah, everyone goes into Seller Circle, honestly. It's insane. Thing is, though, like, the most valuable time to get someone in Amazon is at the beginning, when you can sell them the software. So they literally get you at the most profitable time, and then they literally just drop you off. So they know what they're doing. Because once you get you on Seller Ramp, once they get you on Seller Toolkit, once they get you on the bank, once they get you on all this stuff, then they've made all the money out of you. And then there's no incentive for them to kind of keep you. It sounds bad, but it's kind of the way it is. Like, as someone who's done, does Amazon affiliates and stuff like that, yeah. It sounds bad, but that's what they do. So the only way to make money out of essentially people who are in Amazon in the long term, the mid term, is, I guess, it's just mentoring, really, because after that they've made their money out of you. So yeah, that's why they target beginners like that. So, and to be fair, I want to get beginners in as well. To be fair, I want to get people at the beginning. So but I'm also happy to support you through the long term as well. But yeah, anyway, but their marketing is just on another level, to be fair. So the TikTok and the Instagram, stuff like that. We'll catch up with what's going on. So yeah, Empire saying, I Seller Circle to begin with, we'll get you to the basics, can't scale. Exactly, yeah, you can't scale. You're 100% correct, yeah. So Iqbal saying, that's what a lot of coaching's like. To be fair, they like it when you join, pay up, and then they care less about you after you've paid. Yeah. So whereas I think taking someone who does mentoring, it's a big responsibility to take someone's money. People want to change their lives with Amazon. Like, it's a huge responsibility. And my audience, by the way, I don't know, you guys probably all fit into this. My footstool's moved over. Pretty much my target audience is pretty much people like me, age 25 to 40, 45 maybe, who are men generally, and people who want to quit their job or have a side hustle. That's pretty much my target audience. So, which pretty much aligns with what I did and who I am, what I do. So yeah, but yeah, it's and then obviously to mentor someone who's like that, it's a big responsibility. It really is. Anyway, so Jacob's saying at table and table at a club afterwards. I don't think there's any clubs that have tables in Nottingham. This isn't Dubai, mate. The UK is poor. Honestly, the UK is so poor. When you look at Dubai and the levels of wealth out here, It makes me angry actually at the UK, because the UK could be so much better, but it just isn't. Like, obviously, if you go like Mayfair in London or whatever, but yeah, the levels of wealth out here are just another level. Like the UK's down here, Dubai's up here. It's just insane. And the UK is only getting worse. I don't know why I'm going back, to be fair. Well, I told you why I'm going back, but yeah. Anyway, Mert just booked one more call there for the huge amount of detail for you in the notes. No problem, mate. Yeah, I'm not sure when it's booked for, but yeah. Hopefully I don't miss it. Sometimes I miss them. DM me if I don't jump into it. Ahmed saying, don't make it the end of July, please. It's my anniversary. So I might have to cancel the anniversary holiday. I don't know. I'll try maybe book it for mid-July or something like that, or beginning of July. We'll see. Yeah. No problem, mate. I'll try. The new Diary of a CEO podcast is great. Some mad things about AI. Sounds kind of scary. I don't like the Diary of the CEO guy. I think he's I mean, obviously, if you get value out of it, enjoy him. I do not like that guy whatsoever. He's a bit of a BSer, really. Like he said, doesn't he say like he's like built a £1 billion company or a £900 million company, and it's just rubbish. It's like Anyway, I don't know. I just don't like him really too much. So Anyway. But yeah, if you get some good... The AI is kind of crazy. I'll be honest, I used it to help me code my Chrome extension. So, yeah. So the big thing I don't like about him is he basically said, like, I built like a £900 million company. But he didn't. He had made a company, to be fair, that sold for like 30 million to like a bigger company that was worth like 900 million. And then he said, I built a 900 million company. It's like me making a corner shop, selling it to Tesco and saying, I've got a $1 billion company called Tesco. It's like, no, I had a little corner shop that got bought up by Tesco's. Anyway, yeah, if you get value out of him, that's the thing about like, YouTube and podcasts and stuff like that. Everyone like enjoys different personalities and stuff. And there's people that I like that you won't like, and there's people that hate me and people that like me. So, anyway, it's cool. If you get value, it's really good, to be fair. So, don't get ideas, Mogul. Think you can go 20, 50, I'm 21. There you go. So yeah, that's cool that I've got like a younger audience. Obviously, it's not everyone, but my main core audience is that kind of level. So, but obviously, I still women who watch me. There's younger people, older people. But yeah, that's kind of like my main audience by pure chance, essentially. But yeah. So no wonder you declined Spencer's invite tomorrow. So with all due respect, I am not getting in a supercar driven by a 20-year-old. Or it's not doing it. It's just not doing it. I'm sorry. Just no. Just it doesn't matter who it is. Unless they're like an F1 driver, I ain't gonna do it. So that's enough said there. So yeah. Doesn't matter who it is, I ain't doing it. But yeah, anyway, my loss, I guess. So Razcom saying, have you ever thought about selling USA? I have thought about doing it. But again, it's like it's another thing. Biggest problem I've got is I'm spread too thin. Basically, I've got my FBA. I do obviously do a lot of stuff, and I do want to do Amazon USA. I've actually had an opportunity, and I might still take up on it, to do Walmart in America, like a big opportunity. The problem is I just don't have the time right now. I don't have the mental bandwidth to deal with that when I've got so much other stuff going on. I'm really bad at outsourcing things as well. So yeah, I've got too many projects going on. The big one for me really is the YouTube, and even that's not going as well as I want because I want to do more videos. I'm just not able to make or produce them fast enough. So, but that's my big thing really is I'm not trying to do more Amazon, if that makes sense. I want to try and diversify out of Amazon. I'm still obviously in the Amazon space and doing software and things related to Amazon, but I'm trying to like diversify my income outside of just selling on Amazon. So, while USA is really profitable, like insanely profitable, don't get me wrong, it's probably not going to be the move I'm going to make, just because I just don't want to put more energy into that. I want to focus my energy on other things like the software and stuff and things like that. So yeah. And yeah, and who knows? Maybe mentoring at some point, things like that. Who knows? It's not a bad chair, to be fair. It wasn't too expensive, not too bad. So yeah, it's not too bad. Charlie's got to go. Thanks for chat. No problem, mate. I appreciate you coming on, Charlie. Thank you very much. So I hope you enjoyed it. So they don't normally ramble on this long, actually, or go on this long. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. So I don't normally do these in Dubai because I'm normally trying to wake up early, go to bed early. But today I was just so tired. I literally woke up, got some food, potted around on the internet for like an hour, went back to bed for like 5 or 6 more hours. So I must have slept for like 12, 13 hours a day. My body just needed it. So yeah, that's why I'm up so late, but I'm getting quite tired now, to be fair. So Razcom saying, what are your favourite podcasts to provide best value? I don't actually necessarily listen to podcasts. I listen to like a lot, well, I guess they're kind of like podcasts, but they're on, I listen to a lot of YouTube videos that tend to be longer. So like Think Media is a great one, for example. I think they do turn those into podcasts. Think Media is one. I've been listening to a lot of Charlie Morgan recently. I've been listening to like what's the Himozy guy? I can't remember his name. Basically, if I get interested in a topic, I'll probably basically go onto YouTube, find some people, and then listen to their videos. Obviously, listening to a lot of Oscar Owen, a lot of Ed Lawrence as well. All YouTube stuff, really, and then Audible books as well. But yeah, in actual terms of podcasts, I actually don't listen to like podcasts, if that makes sense, from like actual podcasts, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, Walmart's going crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I used to read a lot. I'm trying to get back into reading, actually, and actually just bought a book, 2 books yesterday. Pretty sure it was yesterday, to start reading again. I was down by the pool. I was reading. One is called Personal MBA, so learning about business concepts without actually getting an MBA. The other one is a Tim Ferriss book. I can't remember what it's called now, though. But yeah, basically everything I do and listen to is generally related to business and improvement and self-improvement, with the occasional sci-fi twist in there, like Warhammer, sort of Audible books. Listen to those every now and then. I don't watch Netflix anymore, really. I don't have time. But yeah, I do enjoy a good TV series now and then. But yeah, I've been trying to I don't know. This is why I get so burnt out there, because I end up working too much. But I'm also like a busy fool as well, because I'm not very optimal with my time at times. So yeah, but I'm trying to learn to relax a bit more as well. Like this weekend, I actually relaxed a lot. It's quite nice, actually. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, Alex Samozi, yeah. So he dropped some really good knowledge, to be fair. There's so much good knowledge on YouTube. So again, one of my plans is to get to £100,000 a month profit through Amazon FBA, software, things like that. Maybe even more. Maybe that's my limiting belief. I actually want to start another YouTube channel that's more business, just business in general related. Maybe business motivation, but maybe just talking about business concepts and business in general. But I want to build a more broad YouTube channel that's related to business. Like kind of like Alex Samozi, really, and things like that. But I need more proof, not social proof, behind me. The only reason you listen to Alex Samozi is because he knows what he's doing. He's made millions from business. And the only reason you listen to like someone like Charlie Morgan is because he makes £1 million a month. Or the only reason you listen to whoever is because they make loads of money. So I want to get to that level where I'm happy and I feel like I have enough social proof that I want to then create a more broadly audience channel, essentially. For me, social media is where it's at. Social media is underrated massively, and that's why I go, basically. So I love the Amazon space. It's just really niche on the YouTube front. And eventually I want to get to that point where I've kept the FBA one going, but I want to also build a business one as well. So I love talking about business, making money to my detriment. Anyway, that's all another topic. But yeah, that's one of my kind of long-term plans, really, with this kind of stuff. So I'd say Himozy. People, I think he's probably a good person to like aspire towards, although I'll probably never get to his level because he's like ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, those are my plans on that anyway. So I'm hugely bullish on social media and YouTube to a ridiculous. This is why I'm getting back into the streaming as well. Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, I love the growth stuff. To be honest, it's really good. So it's it's just I like all that kind of personal development stuff. I just do try and mix in like a little bit of sci-fi stuff, a bit of like things like that, because I do like sci-fi, whatever, but not too much really. So a bit here and there. So I'm very bad at like taking time off, and it's really bad. To be fair, I really struggle to take time off. But sometimes I just get to the point where I just need to sleep for like 12 hours. It's all right for you, Raz, because you're like 21. So wait till you get to 39, right? You just don't have the same energy you do when you're young. When you're young, you can literally work. So whereas now you get, I don't know, you just literally, like today I woke up and I was like, nope, I need sleep basically. I need energy for food. I need food. And then I'm going back to bed for like 5 hours. I was just shattered. Even though I'd had a solid night's sleep, I just couldn't do it. But then once I woke up after that, I was like, able to work. Just sometimes you just need that kind of crazy energy. But yeah, Jacob's saying, I heard you start a Eternify channel. If you pay me enough, I'll do it, sure. But you won't like my hourly rate, mate. It's just having that social proof, Razcom. Yeah, absolutely. So look, I could do it. I mean, I might even start soon, actually, because I do make a decent amount of money, to be fair. And it takes a long time to build these channels up. So by the time I get to the point where it's actually got a decent audience, hopefully I'll be making a decent amount of money. Whereas if you start it later on, because YouTube channels take ages to build up. They take years, like 2-3 years to build up to a decent audience. Basically, no one will watch your first 100 videos. So I probably should actually start now and then, focus on later. Because I do make a decent amount of money. I don't make 100,000 a month, but I do well for myself. So, just decent. But yeah, it's just not where I want to be. But then saying that, where I am now, I never would have even dreamed. Like, everyone has limiting beliefs. Mine probably is like 100K is like where I want to get to, but that is actually peanuts compared to what some people make. But where I am now is infinitely more than I ever thought I'd get to in this time period. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, really. The opportunities that I've had and how I'm doing now. It's above Jacob. So not by much, but it is above. Yeah. I'm keeping up with the chat. Yeah, brain wants to do so many things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I sometimes feel like that as well, which is why it's really good to kind of focus yourself a little bit as well. Dad sleeps so much, yeah. But yeah, when you get older, it takes it out of you a little bit more. What happened to brother's channel, Empire? Yeah, my brother's a little bit lost right now, really, it seems like. He doesn't seem to know. He wants to do something, but he just hasn't found his passion yet, really. So yeah, he's struggling a little bit. He's doing a little bit of software, to be fair, but he's not really working crazy hard on it. And YouTube, again, I think he does want to do it, and the opportunity is there, but it takes so long. You got to put so much effort in up front to get that result, and it takes a long time. I did tell him that. I said, it's going to take you years to get to that level. I've actually got another friend, actually, a work colleague. She started her channel as well. I'm mentoring her through that, essentially, because she wants to get out of the rat race of, being a software engineer. It's a good job, to be fair, but she wants to get to the point where she makes more money. I was like, right, you should teach coding and talk about your coding experience on YouTube. So she's doing that. I'm helping her do that. And again, I've warned her, it's going to take a long time, but the money you can make from it is infinitely more than you can make from coding, being a software engineer, unless you go and work for Google. So even then. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, my brother seems to be a little bit lost right now. Doesn't know what he's doing, really. But I personally think he should still keep doing YouTube and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm super bullish on YouTube. I recommend you all do YouTube. I think it's insanely valuable. And I think it's just only going to get bigger. Jacob must be raking it in. Yeah, doing well for some people. But then I'm like a homeless person compared to some people in Dubai. Like it, buy it, love it. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Not sure how long I'm going to be on for, but I appreciate you coming on. We're down to 15 viewers, but I do appreciate every one of you that's been on. Saying, I'm starting out, but I'm still yet to send my first shipment in. So hated in everything, have just signed up with Qogita, so that'll be fun sourcing. Any quick tips to get an aspiring wannabe entrepreneur? Sure. Interesting. So I just say work hard, keep learning, and just stay the path, essentially. None of this is easy. It all takes time and practice. There's very little or very few things in this world. I was going to say like they can make you rich quickly. It all takes a long time. I was going to say crypto can make you rich easily, but the people who got rich in crypto are the ones who did it back in like 2010 and 12 and forgot about all the coins, and then like 10, 12 years later, 15 years later, they're worth hundreds of millions. They're the guys that got rich. So you could say it's a very long time. But yeah, just stay the course, basically. Hopefully, with Qogita, you've got the... you use my code FBA at Mogul. If you haven't, go to account, promotions, promo code, put in FBA Mogul, all capitals. You should get your credit. Hopefully you've done that. And then you should give you £100 excluding VAT, £120 including VAT. I got bitten by a mosquito. I hate that. It's one thing I don't like about Dubai, mosquitoes. But yeah, so that's probably the best advice I can give you. Stay the course, basically, and just it takes a long time, but it's definitely worth it. So, but yeah, use that code though. That's what pays for all of this is affiliate links. So, but yeah, I enjoy streaming Rascom. Yeah, I enjoy hanging out with you guys. So, try and make it more interesting for you guys. Hopefully, you getting inspired, you're finding it interesting in getting knowledge. So, I'm definitely gonna do more of these again. Like I say, it just depends on the time zones. So, Rayanne, isn't software engineering a six-figure job? Yes, it is. But you don't get rich even in a six-figure job. When I say it's an extraordinarily low six-figure job. So you can make in the UK anyway. You're pretty much capped out at like one. Is it just something gone dark for you guys? My white balance and my camera's going all over the place. Realistically, you could probably get to maybe 120,000 a year as a software engineer. Maybe a little bit more if you're like a rock star developer. In America, you can make way more money. You can make 250, 300, 500,000 a year, get stock options at Google. I mean, I think it was one guy getting 3 million a year at Google because he just had this very specific knowledge on a bit of software. That's really rare though. But you're never going to get rich making 100,000 a year. Like, this is not going to happen. Like, it sounds like a lot, right? But it's really not. The only way you're going to get rich, I mean, you will be rich at the age of 50, all right? If you make 100,000 a year, doing your job from 25, 30 onwards, and by the time you get to 50, 55, 60, and you save it all and you put it in the S&P 500 or Vanguard or whatever, put it in your pension, sure, you might have £1 million, or if you're lucky, £2 million, maybe. Probably more like $1 million. So you're technically wealthy and well off, but it's taken you ages to get there. And also, don't forget, in 30 years' time, £1 million ain't going to be like £1 million today because of inflation. So the only way to really get wealthy is to win the lottery or start your own business. So if all depends, everyone's different, of course. Some people, that's a fantastic salary. They're happy with that, and you can live a really comfortable life. Don't get me wrong. Very comfortable life, a very interesting job. It's all good. Other people like me want to be filthy rich and also enjoy running a business. A job ain't going to cut it, basically. So the only way to do it is to start an OnlyFans, which is not an option for me, win the lottery, or start a business. So yeah, that's and also I freaking love running businesses and doing this. You know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so that's why I'm so pro business, but it's not for everyone. But yeah, it's the only way to get rich. And if you watch any of these like channels on YouTube, like there's a guy called School of Hard Knocks, I think it is, where he goes and interviews people who are rich. They're all either business owners. I don't know why I've gone on this tangent, by the way. I apologize. They're all business owners, or they're all like C-level employees, like the actual like CEO or whatever of like massive corporations. But yeah, so anyway, sorry, I went off on a really weird tangent there. From that one question. So sorry about that, Rayanne. Ben, yes, I'm still in Dubai, yes. I am in Dubai. Coming back on the 27th of May. So Razcom saying, used to sell sneakers, but that died out, then moved into FBA, quit my job straight away, sent it, and just full sent it. Took me a year to actually start making a good amount of a VA and systems. There you go, yeah. I'm really bad at systems, by the way. That's definitely one of my biggest weaknesses in business, which is arguably is one of the most important things about a business is systems. So it's something I definitely need to work on. So, but yeah. Having systems in place, 100%. But yeah, sounds like you're doing well, mate. So just keep the money in the business and keep scaling. That's the important thing. Keep churning it up, basically. Rian saying it's hard to manage FBA alongside a software engineering job. So I didn't do it at the same time. I quit my job as a software. I've done a whole video, but if you check out my channel, I talked about my entire story of quitting my job and starting out as an FBA. So I quit my job. Spent about 6-8 weeks doing nothing. Wasn't sure what to do. I just knew I wanted to do a business, and then fell into Amazon FBA. So I wasn't doing it at the same time. Could you do it at the same time? As a software engineer, yes, you could, yeah. It's much easier to do it with a job where you're sat at a computer than if you're like someone who's out like bricklaying, for example. It's almost impossible, really, to do it if you're someone who's got an active outdoor role or something like that where you're out and about. If you're someone who's sat at a computer like I was, you could do it, but I didn't actually happen to do it at the same time. But yeah, you can do. Yeah, and Raz, you'll see that all these different things come along, Pokemon, crypto, or maybe not a good example, sneakers, all these like hyped things come along, PlayStation 5s, Xboxes, hot tubs during COVID. I've probably just been demonetized now for mentioning that. Actually crazy, I probably have actually. All these things are hyped things that come and go, and you can make good money from them, no problem, but they're not long-term things. Amazon FBA is long-term, so as long as they don't kick us all off. That's the one thing that's good about it. You can literally do this for 10, 15, 20 years. So, yeah. So doesn't mean don't do the hype things, because you can make some ticket reselling, another good one as well. You can make some good money from it, but it's not very consistent. So... yeah, exactly. You want to be a millionaire now. Exactly. I know, right? So it's hard though. But at least you got more chance from a business. And you just don't know like what opportunities come along from the business. So you have no idea what comes along by doing the business. And the opportunities oftentimes are more than you can ever imagine. Look, some people, Raz, are not wired to start a business. Some people, it doesn't make sense to me, but we're all wired differently. Some people just want the comfortable 9-to-5 job. They want the regular paycheck, and don't want to have to stress about where the money's going to come from and things like that. I totally get it. 100% totally get it. Some people just have no interest in doing business. Like, for example, I had an old work colleague. His father had started and sold a company for millions, had done another company, which he was running, so he was a multi-millionaire, successful business owner. He was a software engineer. He had no interest in doing a business, even though his dad was like a multi-millionaire business owner. For me, I thought it was crazy. But he has no interest. He just wants his job. But then the flip side, my dad was in the RAF. He was a career man. He did the RAF. He enjoyed his job and all that kind of stuff. He had no interest in business. And then you got me, who hates jobs and wants to do a business. So, it's kind of, everyone's wired differently, aren't they, I suppose? So, I literally, from the age of like 16, I've always known and wanted to do business. I've always been doing this kind of stuff. So everyone's wired differently, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not rambling on about that. Sad I'll miss you by a week. Yeah, don't worry about it, Vic. We'll meet up, don't you worry. So I'll meet up in the UK or something. I need to come and drop off all that junk to you. Like it, but love it. Appreciate the advice and meant gated and everything. I use your code, but also, so thanks. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Did Amazon a few years ago back, so it seems tougher nowadays. See how the next 12 months go. Yeah, so things like ungating, definitely tougher now. Past 3 months, been really tough. But other things are easier. The tools are better now. Software is better. The advice is better. The knowledge is better. So Amazon's bigger than it was before. There's a lot of things going for you, and there's a lot of things not going for you. But in general, overall, I'd say it's easier in a way. So yeah, there's more knowledge now. So 10 years ago, Amazon, really hard to get into. Not as much knowledge. All the information was gatekeeped. Gatekeeped. Well, that's not a word. Gatekeeped. Gatekeeped. Uh, ridiculous. What was I going to say? What else? Oh yeah, I mean, back in 10 years ago, for example, people would pay like $3,000 for a Nike ungate. Like people were exploiting each other because they knew that you had to submit 10, and they'd basically just figure it out. No one realized you could just buy from a retailer with an invoice. So people used to pay a fortune for ungates on certain brands. Some brands were more expensive than others. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, but keep going, mate. Honestly, it's definitely worth it. So Empire knows someone who was on multiple six figs in software straight out of uni at a trading. Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, there's a caveat. You're 100% right. If you are a freaking genius at coding and math, and you're like a mental person, then yes, you can. Yeah, obviously, if you can go and work for a trading firm and you're like a quantitative analysis or whatever and do that kind of stuff, yes, you can make a ridiculous amount of money. And all they want you to do is like shave off like microseconds on trading bots and stuff like that, and building up trading models. Yeah, you can make. You are 100% right. You can make 250, 300, 500,000. I mean, God, if you get to the point where you're really good at that and you're like the best, you could probably make 5 or 10 million a year. But you are literally. It doesn't matter what you go into. You're a freaking genius to do that. You are literally like. It's like Goodwill Hunting kind of level at that, kind of like, yeah, that's just way beyond me, basically. But yeah. So Luke's saying, you're not upload this live. Yeah, all these lives get saved on YouTube, mate. They're all there, ready for people to watch straight afterwards. So yeah, you can go back and watch it. So once it's done, it'll be available on the live section of my YouTube channel. So, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not Empire guy. If you got those skills, though, I wouldn't turn that down because, again, you can build a business from that. Once you've done that 5-10 years, got some experience, he could then start a business with all the knowledge he's got. So yeah, don't knock that though. But yeah, and also they'll work you to the bone as well. That kind of job. So, excuse me. Rise comes saying, the thing is, when I have a convo with my girlfriend, she loves the job, stresses me that I think you wake up same time and complain, but you love it. Yeah, because, I mean, nothing's perfect, is it? Like, there's definite downsides to, like, I enjoy running a business, but there's things I hate about it. Taxes, admin, hassle, all that kind of stuff like that. All the boring parts of business. If you get employees, HR stuff, there's stuff that sucks about business, and it's the same thing with jobs, really. But yeah, thing is, like, depends what you enjoy more. I enjoyed my job. Don't get me wrong. I just enjoy business more. Yeah, I prefer it, to be honest, and I like making money as well. See, I know I went to school after year 7, so that definitely helped. Yeah, mindset, think about anything as possible. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everyone has limiting beliefs. Everyone has limiting beliefs, to be fair. So it's all mindset, to be fair. It's all mindset. So Ryan's saying, what's your advice to people in their 20s who want to make it successful in business? It's a tough one, really. I would say, oh, God, I don't know. It's a tough one. Putting me on the spot here. So just in general business or like Amazon or, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what you do. I would say find something. I mean, business is easy. Find a problem and solve it, I guess, is one big one, I suppose. You don't mean to do that with Amazon. You just basically just buy products and sell products. But yeah, if you want to start a business that's the entire package, not just Amazon, you need to identify a problem, find a way to solve it for people, and then charge the money for it. Pretty simple. In reality, it's obviously way more complicated than that. I would just say just try something and just do it and see where you end up. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. You can try something else. Especially when you're young and in your 20s, that just doesn't really matter. But yeah, and the experience you get from failure is going to be really valuable anyway. So, but yeah, in terms of like, I think personally, Amazon is like the best business to start. First, you're going to make some money right away. Second, you're going to learn a lot about business. And it's also business on easy mode as well, because you have to find customers. So I think Amazon's the best business to start with. Once you've done that, and for 1, 2, 3, 4 years or whatever, and then you get sick of it, which happens to a lot of people, to be fair. You take your money, you take your 200-300 grand, whatever you made, and you start another business. And hopefully you've thought of one as you're going, but you've learned a lot of skills. So I don't know, yeah, it's but just do something. If you don't do anything, you'll never know. That's the main thing, really. So, but yeah, that's probably the best advice I could give you, I suppose. You just get out there and do it. But good question though, tough one actually. But yeah, but from a simple technical point of view, solve problems. If you're doing like a traditional business, which is like I've done with the software, there's definitely a problem that people have. People ask these questions all the time, and so I've solved it for them. So yeah, that's probably the general answer, I suppose, but good one. Yeah, I like that question actually, because that's the kind of question I'll get asked when I start my main business channel. So yeah, that's a good one actually, to be fair. Razcom saying, I think action beats studying. Yeah, pretty much agree with that. I think you can do both, to be fair. Better to do the action and the study when you need it than just study. You know, so like I'm reading this book about personal MBA. Like I'd never do an MBA, but I'm kind of interested in reading this book and trying to glean some information from it. But I've already got that kind of base and context in business, so it's just like enhancing my kind of knowledge, I suppose. So I think it's good to do the action first, do a business, do something, and then you can just learn the knowledge as and when you're doing it, rather than just doing pure studying. Because like even with MBA, for example, you know, or whatever you like, I did economics university. Like there are things you learn in degree that just mean nothing in real life. You know, I've got a mate who's a lawyer. What he learned at law school doesn't use any of it in actually real life. In fact, when you become a lawyer, you have to spend like a year. I think it's a year. Maybe I'm wrong actually. But anyway, basically the stuff you learn in law school just means nothing for being a lawyer. So anyway, no problem, Rianne. No problem at all. MBAs are crazy. You're right. They cost, a lot of money. Yeah, 100K a year. They're normally 2 years long. If you go to like Harvard or whatever, 2 years. So you're looking at 200, 250K. And but if you get one and you get a top grade there, you're basically guaranteed a good job at a good place. But then you have to, and also you've given up 2 years of working as well. But yeah, so it's just an interesting book. I was walking around the mall. I went to get some exercise. It was boiling outside. I thought I'll go to the mall. Walked around every single bit of the mall. Went into a bookshop. I was looking at different things. I was like, I'm going to get this like Bill Gates biography. But it was like a really bad one. So I was like, oh, okay. And I found this one. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So yeah, actually, to be fair, I've already learned some bits from it anyway. I've been taking screenshots on my phone, which is kind of interesting. So let's find some actually that I was going to use in my YouTube videos and stuff. Just things like inaccurate mental models that people have, like starting a business is risky. You hear that all the time, right? People saying starting a business is risky. But, you know, but life is risky, isn't it? Like driving a car is risky. But what do we do in a car? Well, we take precautions like wearing a seatbelt. We have airbags. We drive the speed limit. We learn how to drive. Well, it's the exact same thing in business. Business is risky, but we do things to mitigate the risks, like not investing all our money in like one thing, or we write a business plan, or I don't know. I need to think about what you do to like mitigate risks in business, but like, you know, have a good business model and things like that. So I thought that was really good. There's a bunch of little nuggets I've already pulled out this book after like first 20 pages. So I was like, yeah, that's really cool. So like, it's a good little argument against like when people say like, oh, business is risky. It's like, yeah, anything's risky, but we all do these things to mitigate the risks, and it's exactly the same in business. It's like I had the opportunity to literally buy 100 grand's worth of stock. Okay, of one ASIN, one SKU, and I didn't do it because it was too much of my capital to put in one ace in. So I did about 25,000. I think it's 23,800, something like that. Because it was just like, it's really good, and I'm probably leaving money on the table by not paying 100,000 into it. But it was just too much risk for just putting it into one thing. Because if like it gets restricted or whatever, you know, it's just, it would ruin the business. Not ruin the business, but it would really hurt me. So that's just stuff like that, basically. But yeah, love it. A quick question. Sorry, I missed this one. What card is the best to use for points of flights for first class flights? Amex. Amex Gold is the best one. I'm getting bitten by something. There's like a stray cat near my feet the other day. I hope I haven't got fleas. Kept coming over begging for food. I was worried about fleas. No, I hope I've not got fleas. That'd be really bad. Yeah, I read the Bill Gates biography. Wasn't the business orientated until the final chapter. Yeah, to be fair, I'm not just interested in the business side, but he's just a very interesting guy. I actually really like Bill Gates. He gets a lot of flack, right? But God, I've been going on for 3 hours, guys. That's crazy. 3 hours, 20 minutes. He gets a lot of flack, but actually, and he might have been a bit of a a-hole at work and stuff like that. I know he wasn't the nicest person to work with, but you can't argue with what he's done. And now as well, obviously, he's like one of these billionaires that's going to give away all his money by 2040. 2045, he wants to literally give away every penny. You know, he's not one of these guys who's just hoarding his money. He's a very interesting guy, to be fair. So I like him. I like Bill Gates personally. Yeah, I need to. So one thing I want to start doing is reading more biographies. I used to read a lot of them when I was younger. The best one I remember reading was the one of Rich Branson. I might reread that again, actually. Because again, I love that. Must have read that when I was like 16. Yeah, so, yeah, I was really into business when I was younger. Yeah, I made some mistakes when I was young. I should have carried on doing business. Yeah, no, right, I'm still going. I'm going to end it at 3 hours, 30 minutes, so we've got 10 more minutes. Oh, not camera things going. I don't think I'm going for a walk now at 2:20 a.m., but yeah, crazy, right? I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I've obviously had a lot of pent-up streaming energy. Because, yeah. So, yeah, I want to get back to reading more. Definitely to reading more. I'm trying to cut out all the Netflix stuff and things like that. I'm not saying I won't watch it, but, like, just keeping it rare. Just, like, yeah, spare time reading. Things like that. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, this book was really cool. Actually, got some little good nuggets out of it, to be fair, which I'll be using in my videos and live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, it's cool. I'm just looking through my little pictures that I took of bits like that. So yeah, I'm sure you'll see them in my YouTube videos in the future. So Empire is saying, question to prepare you for your business channel. What's the most important lesson you've learned from your mistakes that you've made from your business experience so far? Oh my God. Firstly, I don't believe in mistakes. You have successes and you have lessons. But you've already kind of covered that, the learn bit. It's interesting because I haven't made too many mistakes in business. What I would say is my biggest mistake in life was doing poker because it took me away from business. Crypto, I messed that up as well. And then getting a job. Although I did learn a lot of skills in that. You can't look back and regret, though. But I always wanted to do business, and I ended up not doing business for like 20 years or 15 years or whatever it was. So in business, what's the biggest mistake I've made? I think that actually, no, to be fair, I do have an answer for this. Not building systems. I think systems are ridiculously important, and having every single thing that you do in your business documented so you can outsource it to other people, or just know what you have a good system in place so you can like repeat the process. So yeah, systems and processes, I suppose you call it. Not having those, but at the same time, and it's something I should definitely work on now, but in fact, I've got a few mistakes I want to talk about actually, now I think about it. That's one. Now, I'm not going to beat myself up too hard because I was just focusing on actually just doing the business. No one does a business perfectly from day one, especially if it's your like first proper business. So there's probably that. Now, obviously, if I start a new business, I will build the systems in place from the beginning, or I like to think I would. It's similar to software. We all have this like envision of this like amazing software, and then what actually gets built is nothing like that, or the way it gets built, or when it's finished, you look back and go, wow, if I built that again, I'd do it totally differently. So that's probably one thing. And the other thing I've just forgotten. What was it? God's sakes. But yeah, the systems and processes is a big one. What was the other thing? I can't remember the mistake I've made. Oh, yeah. And it's a mistake I keep making to this day. Focusing on one thing. Follow one course until successful. Focus. Yeah, I think that's really important for business. And I'm still breaking that to this day because I keep doing multiple things at once. I can't help myself. But yeah, I think I did actually do fair this sort of past week was literally focusing on one thing, and that was my Chrome extension. But yeah, trying to just do one business at a time is it's difficult for me because I'm trying to do YouTube's my main thing that I want to work on, but I need to do Amazon as well because I teach Amazon. So if I stop Amazon, then I lose all my social proof, my credibility. So I have to keep doing Amazon, and I have to do YouTube, and then obviously I started software as well. So yeah. It's all related to Amazon FBA, but yeah, not focusing on one thing, I think, is a big mistake I've made and continue to make. So yeah, I don't know if those are the answers you wanted, but yeah, those for me. Maybe do a live research one time in the Discord, VC, can ask questions or speak instead of just typing to you. Yeah, we could potentially do that as well, absolutely. So one thing I actually thought about doing in my group was actually, I can't do them on YouTube, to be fair, these like, if you talk, because it just takes one person to mess it for everyone up, One thing I thought about doing in my Discord group was having like, I'm not sure if I'll actually do it, but like paid tiers where it was like $4.99 and you just get like a little roll. It's all going to be free, but and then I was going to do I don't know, $9, whatever it was, a mid-tier one where you can basically get like we'll do like a group call like once a week or whatever, and obviously because it'll only be a certain number of people, it'll be like you can have a 1 hour chat with me or whatever and ask questions, but it'll be like actual chatting though. So that's something I thought about doing, but maybe just do it anyway. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's not a bad idea to be fair. So it's something I did think about, and then I just totally forgot about it. I'll just like put it to one side because I was like, I'm just getting distracted on this thing and that I didn't even want to do in the first place. So sorry, I missed your question there, Razcom. What's current spend for the month? 75,000, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Again, I'm really bad at like tracking this stuff, to be honest. Again, it's one of the mistakes I've made. I need to step back, put these systems in place for Amazon and things like that, and then go forward. But yeah, I'm just too busy with other things right now. So I've got actually, to be fair, if I asked my VA, she could already tell me, but I don't know personally. But my Amex bill was like 75k. Well, Amex and capital tax about 75,000. So yeah. So Razcom, my system for VA, grabbing VA app is always, my VA does a lot of that stuff for me, to be fair. So she does that for me. I just leave her to it. She's probably got the easiest job in the world because half the time she doesn't have to do anything, but then she gets these like flurries of invoices to chase. So simple systems, exactly. So, but you look at some of these like guys out there, they've got systems for everything. They've got everything's documented in their business. And it's a good thing because then you want to say, oh, I want to hire someone to do my invoices and my accounting for me. Then you're like, oh, I've hired someone. Here's all the documentation on how to do it. Let me know if you need any answers or if we need to tweak the systems or whatever the process is. But there it is. You can pass it on to them. So yeah, that's one advantage of it basically. Or if you want to do, I don't know, editing, for example, videos on YouTube, and you want to hire an editor, you're like, this is my style. This is how I do it. Obviously, improve it if you can, but this is what with the bare minimum standard I expect. So yeah, anyway, that's something I need to get better at doing. So definitely not perfect at all. Oh dear. I'm actually amateurish at times. Let me catch up with the questions then. Shiny object syndrome is a killer. Find one good business than another instead of doubling down on one. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You're 100% right, yeah. So, yeah. It's a tough one, really. Everything I do is related to Amazon, to be fair. So that's how I kind of justify it. But yes, it's difficult to do lots of things at once. So this is why I ideally the software thing. I want to probably could afford to do it anyway, but like it's nice to have some proof that if this software works, I'll take the money and to literally hire a developer, and that'll be their entire job is to make the software for me, and I can focus back on my YouTube and my Amazon FBA, and that's it. And then they can make the software for me, can give them the ideas and stuff like that, and they can write it and code it. I pay them the ridiculous amount of money software engineers make, and yeah, they can focus on that. But I kind of want some funding for it, you know. So that's why I think this Chrome extension is quite a nice little thing, and I'm hoping I can sell like 100 lifetime licenses. So yeah, to fund that. So we'll see. Anyway, that's kind of the somewhat plan for that. But yeah, like running, I feel like honestly, life at the moment is literally like, and I say this all the time, like one of those game show money grabbing things where you're in a box and all the money's flying around and you've got 30 seconds to grab it all, and you grab it and you're trying to grab it everywhere. It's flying everywhere. That's genuinely what I feel like right now when it comes to life and business. Because there are so many opportunities to make money, it is ridiculous, and there's objects everywhere. And each one, by the way, is going to be a profitable business, but you cannot do them all. But yeah, literally on like a daily basis, there's another idea that I come up with or see from someone, and then I'm like, okay. But yeah, you can't do it all. It's really frustrating. But yeah, but that's why I like the YouTube and the social media, because if you get good at that, those opportunities kind of come to you. So yeah, that's why I kind of like that in a way, because then you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Because they kind of come to you, and you're the guy who basically gets the traffic, I suppose, and has the audience. Anyway, God, I'm going off some right tangents here. Yes. Right, what time is it anyway? Right, a couple more minutes and I'm going to go. I'll do another one in the next few days. So, Like It, Buy It, Love It is asking, can you suggest any suppliers? I currently use Harrison's Direct as Amazon accept invoices. Buying Latino as a supplier won't accept invoices. They do, I mean, but it's just, they do accept Latino invoices. If you're talking about ungating, correct? Is that what you mean? And they do accept, I mean, now they're being annoying, but they do accept. It's interesting you had success with Harrison's, actually. I'll have to give them a go for ungating. But they will accept Latino. There's someone in the group saying they got ungated last week from Latino. It's just, you have to keep trying, basically. Simple as that. Keep trying over and over and over. But yeah, I thought, yeah, you were asking for support. You wanted some suppliers for actual products to buy. But no, if you're ungating, yeah, just, yeah, use Harrison's, Latino. Anyone who offers you a VAT invoice should be fine. Iqbal saying, sounds like a good idea. I know a group that does like gold and diamond tiers. There's a chat and more experienced guys. Yeah, it's just something I thought is like, because my plan was to try and keep everything for free, I suppose. And to be fair, it is still free. But I was like, well, I could do like a tiered system. And then I was like, well, you know, if people have like a role that just looks cool, and then just have some perks basically that add value. So like having a one-on-one call with me, not a one-on-one call, but like a small group call with me every week or every month or whatever, could be a value, you know, and something like that. So it's just something I was thinking about. Could end up flopping. I'll think about it later though, to be fair. I've got other things to worry about, but yeah, it's pretty easy to implement, to be fair. But I don't know. It's something I was thinking about anyway. So but yeah, it's just a way for people to support the server. That's essentially what it is. So I'm never going to make. Well, I'm never going to make it a paid server. It's never going to be never was or is my intention. So yeah. AI helps so much when making SOPs. Yeah, exactly. It's really good, to be fair. AI is pretty sick, to be honest. I was using it to help write my Chrome extension. I was using it for some of my Ruby stuff. It's really incredible, and it's also incredibly dumb as well, honestly. Some of the stuff it came up with was absolutely ridiculous. So it's scarily good and scarily bad as well, honestly. Yeah, so be careful with AI. But yeah, it is amazing, but my God, it was awful for coding as well. So yeah, it was really bad at times, but also really good. Right, last questions, and this is it basically. I'm gonna go. I can make one with a click of a button and a few adjustments. Yeah, exactly. Yes, dream come true. Big difference between a good idea and the right idea. All good ideas I write down for a later date. Absolutely, I try and do that as well. Now, actually, what I've done I've started taking voice notes on my phone because I think of something like on a walk or something. I'm like I thought of something on the Chrome extension. Knew I was going to forget it, so excuse me, I just made the voice note. But yeah. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Right, guys, thanks for watching, and girls, I appreciate it. This has gone on for 3.5 hours, way longer than I ever thought, but it ended up mostly not being a Qogita sourcing session, but hopefully people get value out of it and enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed hanging out with you guys. We'll do more of these. I actually really just enjoy these like hangout sessions. We'll definitely try and do more of these. Maybe I'll end up being like a streaming personality. Who knows? But I really enjoyed this. It was really good fun, and I really did miss these streamings, actually. It was really good. So, all depending on my sleeping pattern, to be fair, because it is 3:30 in the morning here. But I will be doing more of these, hopefully, when I'm in Dubai. If not, they'll be in the UK when it's back to a more reasonable time. And yeah, I'll try and keep them going, basically. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I do appreciate it, and I'll